Are we all here? Almost one. Leonie's missing.
Also,
Never mind. Hello and welcome back to Still Hearts. You've joined us for our session 4. We have a full house today. Everyone is here, present and accounted for. They're all down below. Hello, everyone. Hello. This is everyone. Hello. We are.
I would wait. But...
Yes. Leonie's having a bit of internet issues, so she might be coming in and out, but we'll figure out as we go. All should be good. But let's begin this session called Eyes to the Skies. What does that mean? I guess it's more literal in this sense. Anyway, last time the party had arrived to Transvalar, this holy city, alongside the guys of the travelling circus, the mischievous marauding martets. Whilst joining along their journey, they had gained somewhat of a friendship with many of the carnies that work within this travelling circus. And some of them were convinced to participate in the actual performance as they arrived in Transvalar. So what followed was preparations as well as some walking around and exploring Transvalar, and eventually the actual performance itself, where it went off without a hitch. It was a perfect performance, filled with somber moments as well as light-hearted moments, and ended on a very good note. Now, as we transitioned into the evening, some parts of the group had decided to go out for the evening and have a few drinks and party, celebrate in a very strange fashion. Hitting the town, they had gone to some shady-looking bars, drank some very questionable drinks that were named after real people, and some of them kept throughout the night dancing. Some tried to infiltrate people's houses, but nonetheless, we ended up with everyone enjoying a long rest in wherever they found themselves that evening. But first, since Jack was not present last session, we're just going to rewind slightly back to what Fodane was up to yesterday before the performance actually happened. So,
can we have a waterfall effect all of a sudden?
So, you were heading to the Crown's End, this tavern, this pub that you had heard of at least some information regarding your sister through Korthak, this leader of Transvalar. Upon bringing Thorn with you through the kind of suburbs of the Teller sector of Transvalar, you had turned around at one point and she was just gone. You spent a little bit of time trying to find her, but the crowds were so busy, you just ended up losing her altogether. You didn't know where she went to. And not wanting to waste any time, you just decided to keep going onto your mission. Perhaps you got distracted elsewhere. Continuing through the markets, you eventually arrive at this very interesting looking building. It's tall. It's taller than most around this area. You can see it has a very lavish exterior to it. Bronze couplings as well as kind of large drapes of cloth to the exterior, linens and silks, giving it somewhat of a noble look, dressed in like fine reds and blues, very royal in aesthetic. However, a lot of the cloth is slightly tattered. You can see that some of the hinges, as well as this 4-story building, some of the windows are broken or at least hanging off the side. It's seen some better days, but there is a bit of a buzz inside. You can hear people inside. The doors are open. It's not been abandoned. It's just not seen so much love over these last few years. But you head in. You begin your kind of investigation of the area. And the first thing you're greeted with is almost like this lobby area to a hotel. You see that there is a large open space in the center. To the left, there seems to be a small bar area. And in front of you, there seems to be some sort of concierge, this kind of main desk that seems to be where the orders or at least any sort of inquiries are made for this establishment, the Crown's End. The clientele here seems to be a little grubby, to say the least, and as well, the aesthetics here are similar to the exterior. Once a very nice place that has been left slightly in ruin. But you can see at the front desk, there is a blue tiefling individual, a feminine figure, who is currently looking behind and pointing at several keys and seeming to rearrange them around. You can see that each key seems to be designated to a room number or some sort. There's quite a few rooms, it seems, maybe about 50 or so on this list, because this building is quite big. But she's just kind of distracted as you begin to present yourself. Is there anything you want to do as you come in? Anywhere you want to go? Anything you want to see?
Well, I'll take just a look around the clientele, see if, on a long shot, like if I recognize anybody or anybody's looking a bit suspicious or equally looking around, yeah.
Just roll an insight check as you're checking the clientele out.
Okay. Insight. 21.
21. You look around and there's only about 7 other people sat within the bar and kind of around the area. You can see 2 of them are just kind of like talking to each other as they're just kind of having some sort of negotiation, it seems. Keeping it a bit hushed between themselves. Doesn't look to be dubious per se, but you can see they're kind of like laughing at each other, but also trying like to keep it to themselves. You suspect maybe some things are being shared that aren't necessarily should be heard by most people. As well, you can see another group of 5 people just enjoying themselves, sat in these large booths, just enjoying a drink. You can see the bar woman, who seems to be this human female, probably in about her 20s or so, kind of short sides to the haircut, long kind of pompadour hair at the top, wings backwards. She walks over and kind of begins to hand them over drinks and whatnot, and then she heads behind the bar where there is a small kitchen as well. And you can hear pots and pans beginning to move. The clientele doesn't seem shifty at all. They seem to be just kind of enjoying themselves, seemingly just not like they're off the streets, but again, this place seems to be catering for, rather than the luxurious, and more for the common folk, although its exterior kind of blends the two together. In terms of looking as well to other people that work in this establishment, you can see the blue tiefling individual seems to be very kind of stern, very walking around with confidence and kind of shoulders held backwards. Someone who has like at least a authoritarian sort of presence to them. You imagine that this manager, this kind of person that works behind, is somewhat the boss of this establishment. She's kind of very focused, walking around. You see she's kind of taking notes very efficiently, looking up and down, making sure that her time is used valuably. And as well, you can see some other individuals that seem to be working within this establishment. Not many. It seems to be a skeleton crew, really, of people, but they kind of work in and out of the space.
Yeah. Okay. I guess I'm going to go to the bar itself and try and flag someone down.
Mm-hmm. So you head over to the bar, yeah?
Yep.
Okay. You head over to the bar. You see that there is, again, this kind of slender-looking human female. She's just kind of standing there behind the bar, cleaning some cups, putting them away. You can see that lunch has been served already, and they're kind of cleaning up the plates and putting them away. But you turn up, and she just turns over. Hi, can I help you with anything? Are you looking for a drink?
I'm all right for now, thanks. Name's Fode. I'm going to reach into my coat, and we established before that I've got an actual license that says I'm an investigator.
Mm-hmm.
I pull out. Investigator up from later on, and I've been asked to look into a few things. I was wondering if I could speak to the owner.
Oh, well, I'll have you know that we've had a health inspector in a few days ago, so everything should be fine. They checked the kitchens, everything's good there. No rats this time. We were quite lucky. All clear there. So we're doing well. We're doing well. I don't think you need to look around. You're all clear.
I'm not a health inspector. It's to do with someone who frequented this establishment. I'm just hoping to get more information.
Okay. She begins to kind of like look at your badge. And what does it say on your badge? Does it have your full name and title, do you think, on the badge?
It would have my full name and title.
Okay, she kind of looks at it for a second and just, okay. That name, your Neath, that rings a bell.
My dad is one of your suppliers. He runs a brewery up in the Hourglass.
That's right. That's right. Oh, wow. Didn't expect anyone, a supporter of the business here. Well, are you here for investigative work, or are you looking for a free drink, a free room?
It's investigative work. I'm not wanting to take advantage of my dad's hard work. I believe in getting along on your own back, that is. I do appreciate it, though. Like I said, I was hoping I could speak to the owner. It is a sensitive matter, and I'd rather nothing come back on your establishment or yourself.
Okay. Well, sure. If you want to just talk to River over there, she's the head matriarch of this establishment. She manages all of us, and she's my boss. So you're probably best talking to her if you need to investigate anything. But yeah, you're. All I want to say is thanks. Your family really helped us out. We were in a bit of a pickle for a while, and yeah, your drinks have provided us a lot of good customers, and I just want to say thank you. And she hands you back the badge.
Happy to hear that. I'll pass it along to my dad next time I send him a letter. Hope you have a good day now.
You too.
Yeah. And I'll go find the matriarch.
Okay. You head over. You find River. She's the woman at the front of the bar, at the kind of the main desk, and you see she's just taking note. You see that she has been kind of earwigging slightly. She has been kind of like looking over, and as soon as you begin to approach, she kind of instantly looks up and gives a smile. She looks to be maybe in her mid-40s or so. She smiles up to you. Hi, hello. I heard that your surname's Neef. Is that right?
Yes, it is.
Oh, well, a pleasure to have you here, young Master Neve. I also heard that you're an investigator. Is there an issue at all that I should be aware of?
It's not. There is an issue, but it's more of a outside of here kind of thing. Like I said, it is a bit of a sensitive matter, and I'd appreciate if we could talk in private, if that's all right, and I just look around at the other patrons.
Of course, we could have a talk in private. She begins to kind of lead you off to the side, away from the bar, to the other, kind of like a private desk area that she has in the end of the room. Nothing too lavish. It's just kind of like a corner of the room which is used for her own space. Has this kind of dry wall in between to pop-up wall that's just there, and she just kind of like leads behind a small little chair and a small desk. As she's walking over there with you, she begins to ask, so is this an issue with investment, or are we okay on that department? Is this? I know that sometimes with business investors might want to send over their family and friends or investigators like yourself to make sure that their interests are in good hands. I just want to make sure that that's the case, and if not, how can I help elsewhere?
It's nothing to do with that. I'm actually not professionally affiliated with my father's business. It is something of my own business. Like I said, I'm an investigator. My sister, Kivley, Neef.
Yes.
Are you familiar with that name or her at all?
Oh yes, she used to come here quite a lot.
Yeah. Well, did you hear about what's happened with her recently?
No, she hasn't been in for a while, I will say. I'm not sure if you're aware, but our establishment here, we have private VIP rooms that we leave for investors and business owners and people who are affiliated with our company in the Crown's End. Your name, Neith, has one for themselves, and your sister would come in here maybe once a week or so, and she would use the room, the VIP's room herself. She never used to bring guests or anything. That's none of my business, but she would always go up there and at least have a nice weekend away.
That's interesting. Mate, have a look in that room. It's just, she's gotten into a spot of bother, and I'm currently looking for basically a trail. If you knew her, you knew that she's a smart cookie, and as I say, that third aid, if anyone was paying attention, they'd see he's forcing the compliment out.
Mm-hmm. She gives a soft smile. Well, it's your room, you investors and all. It's your family room, so I'll be more than happy to oblige with a key access. If you just give me 1 second, I'll come back with it.
Much appreciated.
She leaves you by her desk, and she begins to head off towards the back and get the key.
Can I want to have a glance around the room. I don't want to disturb anything.
Sure.
And I just want to give a glance for like book titles, or even if I can see like loose paperwork, just looking for anything, even tangentially.
I'd like you to do two things for me.
Yeah.
I'd like you to roll a history check and a stealth check. You can roll that in
Okay.
whichever order you wish, whichever way lucky you think you are.
Okay. Stealth. Oy. And history. Oh!
Oh no.
I'm glad that one wasn't on the stealth, I'm not going to lie.
Okay. So you begin to look around. The desk is quite tidy, and it leaves you not finding many kind of clues or at least like paperwork about without having to disturb it yourself. So you avoid doing any touching. You just kind of look around. With your stature, it's quite difficult to look up and kind of like lean over a little bit. You do struggle to try and find any paperwork. You do hear her footsteps grow closer as you kind of like begin to step away. But one thing you do notice is you can see there is almost like a bank statement of sorts, which says the money that you have gained over the last few years has covered all of your outstanding debts. You just see that as kind of like one of the main pieces of paper that's on that desk. With that, you hear her come around the kind of fake wall and eventually kind of stand on the other side. Here you are. Here's your key. You kind of like not caught in the act, but kind of a bit surprised. You turn quickly to see her.
Much appreciated. Thank you for that.
Oh, you're very welcome. And if you have any more questions, I will be happy to help. We have housekeeping here will also come and assist you and guide you to where your room is. And if you need anything else, we have the bellboy as well, if you need to carry any of your bags. But it looks like you're walking quite light.
No, this is just a stop, but I appreciate the offer. Thank you very much.
That's right. If you need anything else, then ask for myself, River, my name. If you want any more services that we can provide, we'll be sure to assist you. Neath has done a lot of good for our business. So, as well, one thing to note, the building itself is slightly in reconstruction. We've had some temperamental issues with the structure of the building, leaving us to a bit of a lackluster aesthetic. So unfortunately to inform you that you'll have to take the stairs going up to the 4th floor. The 1st floor is for main patrons and guests. Meanwhile, the 2nd and 3rd are all broken. So you have to climb those stairs. Again, if you want the bellboy, he'll carry you up.
Appreciate the offer, but I think I'll be fine on my own.
Okay. You see she kind of turns the corner. This will be your housekeeper for the moment. He'll guide you to your room. You turn around and you can see this old, kind of maybe in his 80s or so, human man, heavily hunched over back. You can see sagged face, jowls just kind of like hanging by the side, wearing a small little fez at the top of his head. Hello, sir. Could I be of assistance for you? You see River looks at him. You'll be taking him to the Neath VIP room. Got it? What? The 4th floor, room 7. Right. Follow me. And he begins to take one small step at a time, going up these stairs.
Having Tomb Raider flashbacks.
Just slowly climbing these stairs behind him. It takes you about 10 minutes. It's not the highest of buildings, but he is just a very slow individual. And as soon as you try to get past him, he's like, "No, sir, no, we'll take our time."
Okay. I promise this will be the last joke I make. Can I try and lock him in the freezer?
There's no freezer available, unfortunately. You eventually arrive at the 4th floor, and you can see between the 2nd and 3rd floor, you can see there's a big barrier over the top, a big kind of like barricade just blocking access. It does say, "Do not enter, unstable floor and ground," but you begin to climb up to the 3rd and then the 4th. Here, you can see that the carpets are rolled out. This place looks a bit more kind of neater, tidier than everything else. It has a bit more of that lavish feel to it, perhaps because it hasn't seen too much footing, people walking through on a daily. But you can see that there are rooms to either side, and then eventually he leads you to the 7th room. His hand kind of finds the keyhole. Takes him a while. Oh, here you are, sir. Your room. And he opens it and guides you in. You see this kind of large open space. You can see a massive queen-size bed, large windows looking out to the rest of the city, as well as all of the kind of bells and whistles that you would need in a hotel room. Large bath, as well as the kind of own small little bar units with a large kind of seating area, cushioned furnishings, the whole thing. As he kind of he hands you the key, and then he kind of like gives you a nod. Whoa! He holds his hand out for a moment.
Yeah, I'll pop him 2 silver.
Oh, thank you, sir. Enjoy your day. And he begins to leave.
You too. Okay. So the first thing I want to do is, once the moment the doors close, I want to project a minor illusion of how the room looks right now onto the door.
Okay.
Because I'm going to ransack this place. I want to put it back exactly the way I found it.
All right. So you try and link that in. Just roll a Arcana check for me to see if you can remember every precise detail of this room.
Yeah, sure. Arcana. Thank God that's what I took. 16.
16. You do your best to remember every detail as you kind of look around. You spend some time kind of on your knees, kind of looking at the floor just to see what the underneath is like in case there's anything changing in there. And you look at the ceiling as well. You get a good understanding, and you kind of have the idea in your mind to create that minor illusion against the doorway.
And yeah, I'm going to start him with just the obvious places like any drawers or like under the mattress or anything like that. I'm looking for anything my sister left in this room.
Sure. Roll an investigation check for me.
Okay. What the Calm. I'm not.
It's not your day, Jack. See, that one's already not a good start. You begin to go through everything, and I mean everything. You try the drawers, you try the wardrobe, and you can see the only thing that's in the wardrobe is 2 large gowns. Seem to be built for dwarf size. They have embroidery neath written on the side of them, on the side of the chest, in fine gold calligraphy, paired with slippers as well. Nothing else in there, nothing else that you can see. You also check within the drawers. You see in one of the drawers a small, almost, it looks like a Bible to some degree, some holy text, but this one seems to be almost a storybook of sorts. And you get the idea that this is some sort of holy text relating to Teller. You're in the Teller sector, so they're probably obliged to have this in the room, just to be there. Outside of that, you're looking through, opening everything else, checking the bathroom, lifting up the sheets. And unfortunately, you're not finding anywhere in the normal places. There's nothing left. And you almost get this kind of like feeling that perhaps this place has been cleaned recently. It seems like you're not finding any clues. That doesn't look like anyone's actually been in this place.
Okay. This might be meta, so if this is too much, say no.
Sure.
Can I try and do an insight check on my sister to try and get into her headspace and see where she would hide something?
Sure. You can either roll an insight check or a history check. To try and get you kind of like stand there for a moment, rub your temple, go, oh, what would she do? Where would she go? What would she say?
I can't pick. I landed on insight. 17.
Okay. You spend a moment to kind of enter your sister's mind. A disgusting thought, I know. but you try and picture what she would do, where she would go, and you begin to look around the spots, around the space, and you're almost kind of like finding yourself following in like a spectral version of her. She's slightly taller than you. She's a bit more broad, a bit more kind of leaner in stature, and you see you're kind of like
in general. That's the problem.
Yeah, a bit more of an ideal version of you to some regard. You begin to follow in her footsteps as you're walking through this very nice carpeted room. You begin to walk over, and there is a space in the carpet where it slightly rises up against one of the kind of skirting boards on the floor. It seems only like the very edge of it, and you can almost feel her walking towards it. And you lean down and you pull back the carpet, and you can see tucked within the skirting board and the carpet, there is a note which has been folded over and pushed into the side. Very hard to find if you didn't know your sister.
Yeah. Take that out, being as careful as I can to not like actually damage the carpet or the room itself.
Did you read the letter?
Yeah, I'm gonna have a look at it.
Okay. You open it up and you begin to read it. It says, "Hey, short ass. Hopefully you're as good at finding clues as Mum, and this message isn't in some bad hands. You'll be glad to hear I fucked up big time. I don't want to get your nosy ass in trouble. There's an organization hidden from the public, and its shit runs deep. Deeper than deep. I think Mum and Dad are in trouble. But I can't just tell them. I don't know what these guys can do. And they might have an eye on me already. If you're reading this, then I'm probably dead. I don't know who to trust. Shit, you might be involved. It's been so long. If you're the same nosy short ass with the unwavering ability to be persistent as flies to shit, then I advise you to stay away from this shit. I know you won't. So good luck, little bro. And if you need anyone for help, Korthik Brighthearth, Calliope Deshab, and Antonia Yarrow, they're like family.
And what was that last name?
Antonia Yarrow. I'll send the message to you so you have it.
Thank you. Right. I've read that, I've taken it in, but the first thing I've focused on is parents in trouble.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so Max, we said that my mother was a guard.
Yeah.
This wasn't the best. Did she ever teach me and my sister like a code for or something, shorthand that she would know as a sign for trouble? Like,
I think that your mum was smart. She was a very clever individual, and she learnt that from her dad. There is telltale signs of trouble. Shorthand, there was never really a keyword used, but you all had this ability to understand each other, no matter the situation. Code was just picked up on the fly. And reading this letter, you can get the sense that this letter was probably sent, or at least left here, before she was in prison, before anything happened. So this is probably the last free will letter that she's ever written. Not without anyone else's hand or eyes involved. And a very specific one addressed to you.
Right, okay. I've got a plan to let them know. or more specifically, let Mum know. Right, I'm gonna fold that letter up. I'm gonna place that in my pocket, right next to the holster. Keep it safe as it can be.
Mm-hmm.
I want to put the room back together.
Okay. I'd like you to roll a sleight of hand check to see how deftly you can place certain things. Okay.
Dirty 20.
All right. You begin to go around the space. You, first off, in the main room, sort out everything. Then you begin to go to the side rooms, the bathroom, the wardrobes, everything else. In your packing and putting everything away, there's something you notice as you're in the bathroom. You can see that there is a finger mark, a smudge on the mirror. A thumb just at the top of it.
Okay, well, I'll take a closer look at that.
Okay. You can see that it seems to be a grease mark, a print left behind. The mirror isn't flush with the wall. It seems to be removable.
Want to carefully remove that. Actually, before that, does it look... how heavy does the mirror look? Because
it looks quite weighted. The kind of surrounding of it looks to be like a heavy iron that's just wrapped around with a nice bit of accent work. So it does look heavy.
Okay. Sorry, I'm just looking at my spells. I don't think I have Mage Hand. Yeah, I don't have anything that can safely bring that down. I want to have another look at it. I want to see beyond that. Basically, I want to check for traps.
Okay, sure. This will be an investigation check then to see if you can find any sort of traps involved.
26.
You don't notice any traps. This thing seems squeaky clean, and what you can notice, it's on like a hinge at the top, so you can kind of lift it from the bottom, and the backing of it seems to be like caulking. Basically, it just seems to be like a regular bit of wood that's just been pressed together. You turn it over, and you can see that there seems to be like etchings in it, like markings, like writings. But to get a proper view, you need to take it off.
Okay. Even with Jack of all trades, I think that comes to a 0 for athletics. So I'm going to leave that for now.
Okay.
Because I know that I can come back, and I'm going to come back with somebody a bit stronger. Above the table, I just realised that would be exactly none of us, because I think we all done strength.
Pretty much, yeah, I believe so.
So yeah. Okay. Do I have anything to? Actually, I'm quickly checking over my inventory. I think I might have something I can do here. Okay, I've got some wax. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave a couple of very tiny smudges along the corners where they meet the wall, so that when I come back, I can see if it's been disturbed.
Okay, sure.
Do that. I'm trying to make that subtle as well. So I'd imagine, would that be sleight of hand?
This will be either a sleight of hand or stealth check, as you're basically leaving your own trap.
Okay, sweet. They're the same one, so I just roll sleight. Hey.
Okay.
Yeah, not in that one. Yeah, it's not in that one.
All right. It isn't in that one. You're right. You kind of place that behind. Just roll a d20 for me.
Yeah, sure. Hey.
Okay. You find yourself kind of standing somewhat next to the mirror as you begin to place this fine trap underneath. You need to lift it up slightly to be able to put your fingers underneath. And as you begin to lift it, you hear it go off the hinges and begin to fall towards you. I'm going to need you to, you have 1 round to act in this moment. What are you going to try and do? It's come off the wall and it's beginning to fall towards you. You can either try and hold it tighter, you can try and put it back on, you can try and do something else. It's up to you.
Could I silvery barbs it now? Yeah, unless I could do something I can't really finagle an acrobatics thing. I'm going to try and catch it before it shatters.
Okay. I'm going to need you to roll an athletics check then.
Okay.
As you haphazardly try and like reach up and hold it.
Oh, curse bars not being able to inspire themselves. Okay.
You can use your bardic inspiration for
No,
yourself.
you can.
I can.
In this campaign,
We've changed that rule.
Yeah, we did say
I inspire myself.
Yeah, that's fine.
So I rolled a 10, and it's a d6 on top of that.
Yeah.
13 total.
13? Okay. All right. I'm just going to make a couple of rolls. Okay. You hold it. You begin to fall. It begins to fall on top of you. You hold your arms out as far as you can, just so you're going to fall, by the way. You're just trying to give it enough buffer between it and your body before it kind of hits you, just in case, if that's enough to kind of springboard it off. You land on your back hard, holding this, so you're going to take a little bit of damage. That's 2 points of bludgeoning damage as you just kind of like hit the ground. Your back of your head just hits hard against the marble flooring, and then the weight of this falls onto your chest. And this is where we're going to see if it's enough damage to crack the glass. Luckily enough, no. It's 1 point of bludgeoning damage. So you just kind of hit the metal against your frame, but your body cushions the kind of main impact of the glass against the floor. You do kind of wheeze slightly as it does wind you, but prone on the ground with it pinning you down, you just slightly shift it to the side, and then it does eventually land. And you can see the back of it now. However, it might be quite difficult to put it back on, is something that you're now realizing.
Why didn't I take Unseen Servant? That is what Fodain is thinking to himself, by the way. Like, fully, why didn't I learn that goddamn spell? Help with paperwork, too. Right, yeah, what is on the back of the mirror then?
Okay, so you see etched in what looks like charcoal or some sort of writing implement, you see there is this formation of 7 points of origin and lines that seem to be connecting into the center point. You see written in each corner is some sort of name, bar 3 of them. 3 of them seem to be blank, but the other 4 of these lines that connect into the center, you see written down Smiling Crimson, and beneath that, in kind of like, seem like notes, Lowstock is written in there. You can roll a history check if you want to.
I would very much want to, yes.
I need to ask a question. Is it all connected by red thread?
No, it's not. It's not.
16.
16. Lowstock is a region in Dunavir. It's one of the other continents of this world. A continent which is somewhat more tribal, more elemental in its aesthetic, but Lowstock is just a region of that space. One of the next ones in this formation, you see written Moonlight Riders, and written underneath it seems to be a name of someone. It says Sir Quivon.
Can I see if I remember that name at all?
Sure, you can also write a history check.
Dirty 20.
20. Sir Quivon seems to be a nobleman of Leyrance, it seems. You're not sure of what. It doesn't seem to be a house. You know some of the houses, some of their main titles, but this individual does not seem to pertain to any of those sorts of houses. This just seems to be a man who works by himself, a nobleman. Nothing else seems to be ringing in your head, as well as Moonlight Riders doesn't sound like something which is known to the masses. Perhaps an organization hidden, such as your sister's message. But maybe more information can be gathered of Sir Quivon with that 20. But for the moment, nothing seems to be ringing a bell. The next one you read says Order of the Consecrated. There are nothing written around that, just that name is written on there.
Okay.
And then the final one, which is written, you see Golden Tusk. Underneath that, you see that there is an area where it says something and Orcus. The something area seems to be blanked out completely. But Orcus, general information of them, they are a devil. They're a devil in the 9 hells. They own and look over one of the many layers of the hells. A ruler of sorts. If you want, you can roll an investigation check.
I would very much like to. Tell me now. 22.
22. As you're examining the blank space in between and Orcus, you can almost see faint indentations, which seem to be almost marked, rubbed out, or at least kind of forgotten about. You can feel the letters themselves. ULRICK is what you feel against it, but it has no real significance, it seems.
Ulrich, okay.
Nice.
That's a name. And nothing springs to mind with me having heard that name or in connection to. Can I do a religion check on that name?
On which one?
Ulrich.
Sure, you can roll a check.
Just a 10.
Nothing. Blank.
Nothing this time. Okay. I would like to do as precise a sketch as I can of this.
Sure, easily
in
done.
my notebook. Yeah. And the curse of this being a flashback, I can't go grab someone now.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Idea. Is there like a footstool or something in the larger room that I can grab?
Yeah, there is, yeah. You can get
Cool.
like basically a stepping stool if you wanted, just to kind of place and give you more purchase.
Like to get that, as well as basically I want to make a step ladder for myself and one I can carry the mirror up alongside.
Okay.
So that I can
for this, we'll say, would you like to try and do it quickly, or would you like to take your time?
I want to do it carefully, yes.
Okay, so carefully, you take your time. There is no check needed. You spend enough time to place everything in a format that kind of is easier to carry. You place the cushions for the pillows on the ground, so in case it does drop, it doesn't smash. And on occasion, you do kind of falter and kind of like, oh, but you don't break anything. You take your time, eventually put it back on top, and you leave it as you found it. At this point now, you begin to realize that the evening has kind of begun to settle in. It is now dark outside as you've spent most of your time trying to make sure, put these notes together and try and come up with some theories of your own. But as you begin to leave the room as you found it, you can see outside of these large windows of the main kind of seating area that the sun has settled completely, and you can see lights beginning to shine from where the circus has been put up, and the performance is, as you know, beginning.
Okay, yeah, I'll make my way. I'll drop off my key, thank them for the hospitality, and I'll make my way to the circus to see what's going on.
As you kind of hand in the key before you leave, you see River just looks over. Well, I hope you enjoyed your stay, enjoyed your little rest, and hopefully we'll see you again soon.
No, I can count on it. It seems like a lovely place. I'd like to enjoy it for what it is rather than be here for work.
Did you find what you were looking for in the end?
Sadly, it doesn't look like she left anything. It's just a good place to collect my thoughts there.
It's a shame, but yes, as long as you had a good rest, you were in there for quite a while. So I'm glad to hear that we have some good furnishings. I'll be sure to tell housekeeping that he's doing a good job.
Yeah, I've been on the road for a while, so it's nice to sit in a proper room, as it were.
All right, have a good day, Mr. Neath.
You too, River. See ya. I'll tip my hat and make my way out.
Okay. You begin to leave. You head back to the circus. The circus shenanigans of that evening take place. And is there any activity that Thodane would like to get up to during the evening?
So how does post work in this world?
There are couriers. There's also sending shacks. Sending shacks are essentially these places that do sending spells for people. You pay a cost, and they'll give you 20 words rather than 25 to send a message somewhere to someone.
Okay, 20
But there are couriers as well.
There's also ghosts. Ignore me.
I'm gonna go for a courier and send a written one.
Okay.
And basically what I want to do is I want to write a letter, and I want to make spelling mistakes that spread out that say Kiv says to watch out.
Okay.
And it's addressed to my mother.
All right. You find the courier. He takes off your hands. You can see this individual seems to be a quickling. This is a Fey individual who has deft speed in them. And you see he kind of like looks over. Certainly, sir. I can send that to you very quickly. Well, who am I addressing it to?
Yeah, that would be to, what did I call my mother? Salal Neef.
All right, Salal. I'll be sure to send it to him. Thank you very much. And he just begins to run off.
Yeah, and then I guess I'll go have a drink because I learned a lot today.
Okay. You enjoy a quiet evening in, grab a few drinks, and you saw the performance, you watched it, you were there, you were able to catch it last moment, so you saw the entire thing, but you rest for the evening.
Did I see Fennell strike out, by the way?
You would have, yeah. You would have heard him, yeah.
Okay, that's good.
Okay. So, evening settled, the morning arises. You all have a long rest. You'll regain your hit points, you regain any spell slots, and you can swap out one spell during this long rest as well. Shall we start by rolling a d6 to see who we begin with? So, let's see. So we go right to left, 1d6. 3. Sienna.
Hey.
Sienna. You have a headache and you're struggling to remember what happened last night. You remember walking through the streets. It was dark. It was miserable. You ended up in some like damp, dark place. That was weird. And now you end up with several coasters stacked up against the side of your head, used as a pillow. And you can see there is this burly-looking, drunk individual next to you who is also kind of slept there. You can see it dribble down the side of his face. You're maybe about 2 inches, 3 inches away from his. You can smell his kind of like rotten, beer-stained breath as he's just kind of exhaling. A slight snore underneath. But you begin to wake up and you just feel the coasters stuck to the side of your face. You have to pull them off and put them on the table. But you can see the barkeepers start to open up the place.
I am so sorry.
You were actually sleeping in here. What the hell? Why?
I
have beds
I don't know.
upstairs.
I don't remember a lot about last night. Did I do anything embarrassing? I hope I didn't break anything or something. That
You were fine. You were just talking to this guy all night.
Must have been a riveting conversation. Right. What part of the city am I in?
You're in Teller's Market.
Tell us. Okay, sure. Could you point me towards where the circus is set up?
Yeah, sure. Do you want to take your friend with you though first? They're still upstairs.
No, I don't know him actually.
Not this one. You have other friends. They're upstairs.
Oh.
You came in here with like 2 other people. You know what?
Who?
Circus is outside. Go towards the docks.
Docks. So just follow the smell of water, or.
Are you okay?
Oh, I have a monster headache. I think I'm slightly hungover. But the fresh air would help with that.
As you're saying that, you see the guy next to you go, ugh! Fresh air?
Yes.
Ugh.
Good morning.
Fresh air.
Who are you? Did we have a
Sienna.
nice talk
Hey.
yesterday?
Hey, it's nice to see you. How you doing?
Yeah, right. I'm doing horrible. I have a very, very big headache. Everything hurts.
Well, you did drink a
Sweating
lot last
hurts,
night.
in fact. Yeah, well.
We had a bit of a competition, if you remember.
Oh, no, I don't. Did you win? Did I win? Were there more people involved?
You won. You definitely won.
I won, yeah.
Yeah.
That's lovely.
It was a nice night. Thank you for paying for all the drinks last night. That's very kind of you.
Oh. And Tiana's just quickly going to check if she still has the money that they needed for the airplane, for the air ticket. And she's like, oh god, oh no. Oh,
Your
boy.
25 gold lost. You started buying rounds for everyone.
Oh. Okay,
You're a very generous person. You told me all about your life, how you miss your family. Hey,
yeah.
it's nice to talk to you. Sorry you don't seem to remember anything, so this is probably quite awkward for you.
Yeah, a bit, but like apparently we got along great, so I'm glad I managed to give you a good evening. And lost a lot of money. You wouldn't happen to know if anyone that needs like a part-time job? Because I find myself short on funds. I was looking to purchase something with them, and well, I no longer have it.
Oh no, sorry, I don't work.
Yeah, well,
So that's
anyway,
why
it
it's
was
quite
lovely
nice.
getting to meet
Bought all
you.
the drinks. Oh, you too as well, Sienna. It's really nice to
Yeah,
meet you, Mrs. Yarrow.
I'm gonna leave. You said I arrived here with 2 people. Who were they? What did they look like?
How do I describe? They were dancing all night. Surely you remember that.
I don't.
All right. Well, I'll just take you to the room. He begins to walk you upstairs.
All right. There is a risk I don't know these people. Okay.
Well, then I'll look in first and make sure that it's okay.
Mm-hmm. All right. Yeah, I'm gonna follow them up.
Wait, hold on, wait. Are you the one? Some weird people came in last night. Were you with 2 tiefling-looking people, or were you with the woman with the 2 drunk men?
It is. It's unlikely that I was with 2 drunk men. It's possible, but I doubt it. I do know several tieflings. I'm currently traveling with one named Ven. He's blue. Wears very pretty flowy clothes. Was that maybe one of the tieflings?
Butterflies?
Butterflies, yes, lots of butterflies.
Yeah, that's the one I was thinking of. The other woman, she bought 2 rooms. I do not want to be cleaning up in there afterwards. Anyway.
I don't know who you mean, so I don't think they were with us. No.
Okay. And he begins to lead you to Ven's room. Ven!
I will say, also, you have Ven's coat on you.
Yes, you do, yeah.
Okay, that's a clue. That's a hint.
You're just walking around with this thing over your shoulders. You don't even realize until,
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's okay. It's fine. It's fine.
Okay, Ven, you wake up first. You can see that Hunter is displayed on the bed. He literally just fell asleep then and there. He hasn't moved. You can just see his mouth open. He looks dead for a moment.
Ven just kind of wakes. Checks his pulse just in case.
Make a medicine check.
He dead.
Dr. Ven medicine.
How do we explain that to the circus?
I gotta say, the moron part of this group is just hilarious.
21.
Heart.
Oh, there is a beat. There's a heartbeat. He's alive. That's good.
Oh, that's
Yay.
fuck. He kind of like taps himself down, make sure he's, in one piece.
Mm-hmm.
Then sits up, looks at both of them, a little confused. Probably doesn't remember what the fuck happened. Does he see Hunter's book anywhere? The one he carried, like the little notebook journal.
Yeah, you can see he's holding it in his hand.
Can I carefully take it?
Sure. If you want to, you can roll a stealth check at advantage, or a sleight of hand check. Either one.
That's whole life.
Literally.
Don't worry about
Literally.
it.
What are you doing?
I'll give it
Damn it.
back. That did not. Did it roll an advantage? Oh, it did.
Okay.
13.
You pull it away. For a moment, you see his hand kind of twitch. You kind of like hesitate for a second. You don't know what to do, and you can notice that he's kind of like moving his head. He's got a little smile on his face. You see this because you look up to him and you see laying across the bed, the feminine figure, shadow figure, is laying there and just twiddling a finger between his hair. Just hair between the fingers. But you pluck the book.
Yeah. Ven kind of gives it a stop that. Look.
And you see they kind of like grab one strand of the hair and pluck it. And you see Hunter shifts around a little bit, but eventually just kind of like falls into himself.
Ven's going to like search through his bag for like an old charcoal or ink and quill, whatever he has, and he's going to find an empty page if there is in the book, and he's going to write something.
Okay.
And he's going to close it after he's done and put it back where it was.
You're going to try and put it back in his hand?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to need another... His hand's
bro.
moved now. He's moved in a different position, so I'm going to need you to roll a stealth check again at
Fuck
advantage.
me, bro.
Just
Fuck me.
next to him.
A normal or advantage
Nat
again?
one. Nat
Advantage,
one.
advantage.
Okay.
Oh,
Damn it!
You're not
I will
helping.
send you what I wrote.
okay.
Hold on.
You kind of like walk over, and as you begin to kind of put the book in his hand, you see he kind of like moves his hand away and he stretches back. Oh my days, where the hell am I? Ugh. Hey,
Morning.
good morning. How you doing?
Horrible. How about you?
Pretty good. Do feel like
No
shit
headache?
though. Oh, certainly. But it's all right. These things happen. What'd you do with the book?
Just, you almost, laid over it,
Ah, thanks.
placed it,
That's
Here you
that's
go.
kind of you. I don't want to lose this. This is my life. Fuck. He puts it in the side pocket. You see, he doesn't kind of like open it or anything; just puts it in the side. All right. So last night was fun. Thanks for that.
Thank you.
I was hoping to wake up slightly early and get you some breakfast in bed, but you seemed like you're already awake, so can't do that. But thanks. I appreciate last night. That was nice. I've not experienced something like that in ever, but I can't remember anything, so I guess it was the best night of my life.
Oh, it was nothing, but I had fun too.
That's good.
And, I know we're leaving soon, but hopefully we can meet up again. Do this again sometime.
We can have some fun. Always have some fun. I'll be sure to make a note in my journal to whenever I see Van, have fun. So
You're really nice, Hunter.
Thank you, Van. You're really nice too. So much so, I was gonna wait. I wrote it down in my journal that I had a gift for you. So may as well give it to you now, since I remember. Otherwise, I might forget. I might look at my journal when you leave. So let's see, where's my stuff? You see, he reaches down, and in one of the kind of small satchels that he was carrying with him, he kind of like fumbles it around. What the fuck is that? Why do I have that in my bag? Anyway, okay, here it is. And you see, he pulls out a small, almost like a bracelet or bracer of sorts. Has like a fiery red to it, interwoven with almost like a coiled, somewhat like iron bar look that's been turned into like a ring, big enough to go around your wrist. And you see he just kind of like pulls it out. This is something, well, supposedly I received many years ago by my old friend. But since that friend's not around anymore, and I'm trying to make sure that I be nice to new friends, I thought I'd give you this as a little token. I'll say thanks for last night. And he hands it over to you.
Oh, thank you. I feel bad, and I don't have anything to give to you, but
oh, don't
thank
be.
you.
You gave me a good memory. That's as much as any good anyone can give me. So I appreciate that.
Thank you. And he goes in to give Hunter a hug.
He gives you a hug back. Just kind of squeezes in. Look, I know you're leaving soon, and I might forget about this entire thing, but just remember it happened, and it was nice, and you're quite a potent spellcaster, so you could just, show me what this night was again when we meet each other in the future.
I will certainly remember it, Hunter. I promise.
He smiles, and that's when you hear the knock on the door. Hello. Your lost friend downstairs is trying to find you.
Did we lose? Vin looks at Hunter confused. Who did we lose someone? I actually don't remember a lot of last night.
The only thing I remember was that Celeste had some fucking wild shit going on last night. That's all I know. I heard some. I heard animal noises. I don't know what kind. It was a bit freaky.
I'm glad I kind of don't remember that. Let's
that's
just
the
go
moment
check.
I'm gonna be glad I forget about.
Yeah, I guess that's one of the benefits. Vin's gonna go up to the door, opens it slowly, kind of like peeking out. Hello? Oh, Sienna! Morning!
I have your coat. I have your coat and a very big headache, so maybe don't be so loud.
Oh, sorry.
It's fine.
Are you okay?
No, everything hurts. And I fucked up. But it's gonna be fine.
What did you do?
Apparently, I bought everybody drinks, and I don't have money.
Oh, I do remember that.
Why didn't you stop me?
I was also very drunk.
Yeah, off of the drinks I bought.
I bought first couple of rounds, I think. For me and Hunter, at least.
Still, what am I gonna do?
I mean, well,
I promised Thorn
fine.
she'd get to go on an airship. I don't have any money anymore.
Oh, I got that covered.
What? No,
Yeah.
that's too much. We can't ask that of you.
No. Doug said he would talk to one of the pilots of the ship, and that he would try to get us tickets. So hopefully that's sorted.
Oh, thank God. Okay.
And you know,
praise Morden. They saved. Okay, I suddenly feel a lot better.
And if you do need funds, I'll share some. I feel partially.
No. I'm just. It was just that specific thing that was a bit more expensive that I'd been saving for, and now I spent all of it on alcohol. It's not like me typically. I don't typically do that. Don't know what that was last night.
It was a weird day yesterday for all of us, I think.
Oh, you were amazing. Like doing the performance.
Oh,
it's really touching.
Thank you.
So all your practice obviously paid off. I feel like I played a part in that.
You did. Thank you. But we should probably get going and catch up, everyone. And did you see Frey and Finel? Sorry.
I don't remember. Maybe.
Oh no.
But he's certainly not downstairs. I can tell you that.
Hunter, do you remember where we left them?
No idea. No fucking clue. Don't ask me about memory.
Good point.
I was sitting and he's a fish. Maybe he went swimming.
At this point, you hear another door in this hallway open up, and you see a prim, proper Solista walking out, very kind of defiantly. She holds the same pose as most times. You see she's walking out with a lot of grace, and followed behind her out of another door, you see two men who just kind of look quite haggard. You see they're kind of like hunched slightly forward, embarrassed. You can see red faces. You can see their clothes seem to be a bit like torn apart in areas, and they're kind of like walking through. They don't make eye contact with anyone. You just see Solista continue to walk forward. Oh, good morning, everyone. How are you all?
Can I see if there's bite marks on their necks?
Sure, you can roll a investigation or perception check.
I need answers. Investigation or perception. And it's both horrible. 3.
They both look like they're beat the fuck up. You can see one of them has like a purple eye. The other one has like a chipped lip. One of them's missing a tooth. Maybe they already were. But they are just kind of like walking through. One of them's holding their arm up slightly, just trying to avoid eye contact altogether.
Are they okay? Do they need a healer?
Oh, they'll be fine. Just a bit of bruising.
You know, I don't think we should ask.
No, I think you should.
Right.
Yeah. I think we should go figure out if Fennel and the halfling stayed alive throughout the night. They did get
the halflings were with us too. Damn.
Yeah. They did get quite drunk. More than us, I think. I think we should make sure they're okay.
As you begin to leave and kind of gather your things and head off, you see Solista follows the owner of the establishment as he's suspicious of what's been going on in her room. You see he kind of like turns the corner, looks in the room, and he gets to his knees and he just puts his hands to his head. And she just taps on the shoulder. It's all right. It was all good fun last night. Here's a bit extra. And you see she slides over 2 platinum pieces, and that should cover all the damage.
What the fuck did she do? What did she do?
What
Who is
didn't she
this
do?
person?
That's the question. What didn't
What the fuck is
happen?
wrong with her? Look, Jack, I think you need to
I'm
get on
scared.
that. That's
No,
you need
I
to
don't think
investigate that,
any
'cause
of us
that's
need to get
weird.
on that at all. I
I
think
don't-
we leave her
I
be.
don't need to.
I think we should just leave. We should leave, Trusula. Leave them far behind. So
Guys,
they're not
guys,
dangerous
don't
to us
worry,
anymore.
I've got it. I've got it. Everything's been pegged. That's it.
Okay.
Oh my
Yeah, I
God.
mean, obviously, but
The obvious answer.
That platinum is not gonna be for
Part of the
renovation. It's gonna
horse.
be for that man's therapy after seeing that.
Yeah.
movie. Jesus Christ.
You just hear the whisper of, "How did blood get there?"
No, no, no.
And
No.
you say it was made of sandpaper. Is that right, sir?
oh my god!
That's disgusting.
Jeez.
You leave this establishment and you begin to head towards the circus, finding your bearings first and then eventually making your way there. We'll go over to Fennel first. Fennel, you wake up in your room, your caravan. Or do you? I asked this question to you.
Yeah, no, we ended it with me being dragged back to the caravan and falling face first on the floor.
And left on the floor.
And left on the floor.
And left on the floor. You wake up and you feel fresh as a daisy. You feel a great sense of rebirth. You feel like a brand new fish.
Excellent. Well, get up,
you do.
get outside,
Go on.
get in the sun, stretch.
You kick open the door. You begin to stretch wide. The sun is shining. It's brilliant colors today. And the first thing you see is the twins strung up by their feet, dangling over a lamppost. You see the 2 of them are just kind of like asleep. The 2 of them are tied together on one leg. You get the sense that they have been left here for quite a long time. They're just left there dangling. You hear them snoring to themselves as they're just there about 15 feet off the ground.
They seem happy. Bit strange, but I'm not gonna question other people's habits.
Are their legs still broken?
I'm
Yeah,
not even
yeah,
gonna
yeah.
pay attention. I just assume that they're happy and just walk past.
You just walk past and begin your day. Thorn, you you had a night disturbed halfway. You got up in the middle of the night to deal with some shit. You've woken up. Your sleep has been impaired, so it's kind of like a bit more of a cranky morning for you. But you still have that moment of last night that kind of helps the performance itself to wash some of that away. But you end up waking up as well. What do you get up to?
Well, I think the first thing she does is she, goes outside the caravan, and she's gonna
You
try
see-
to find.
You
Yeah.
instantly see Fennel doing some like dance moves in the front,
Doing some jumping jacks.
doing some like Spider-Man 3 Peter Parker once he's got the Venom suit on. Hey.
She looks at him and she's like, can't tell if he's just really hungover or actually having a good day. But she's gonna go and try and find Gildana.
Okay.
Actually, no, I'm sorry.
Go on.
Before that, she's gonna go find Thirdanane. Sorry.
Third name.
Yeah.
All right. Fennel, you see Thorn emerge as you're just having like the best day ever today. One thing to note as well, Fennel, you do have one inspiration. You have one reroll
Okay.
for this session, and as well, you gain 10 temporary HP the day as well.
I think you guys should have drinking the dead people. I think
Yeah.
maybe you guys should have
Cannibalism is
participated.
apparently supported.
Adam,
Cannibalism is supported.
I mean, it's technically not cannibalism. It's technically not cannibalism.
all I'm saying
He
is
ate people
Adam-
and he's
Adam
reaping
was
the
very good.
benefits. Drag people.
Yep, I'll go with
Another
Thorn.
sleeping
Do I
stand.
remember everything from last night?
You do, yeah.
Yeah,
Crystal.
okay. Yep, so it's like, morning Thorn, doing well.
Hi.
Gosh, you look
Are
tired.
She sort of like crouches to herself.
There's quite some bags under your eyes. Do you not get enough rest?
She's deep breaths, deep breaths, deep breaths. He doesn't know any better. Yeah, rough night, but glad to know that you're not feeling any of that.
No, I feel
Good
amazing.
for you. Good to
The
know.
audacity.
Yeah,
You don't
I had a
remember
great night's sleep. Oh, I
anything?
remember everything. Yeah, no, I got to some silly shenanigans. I don't know if you realised, but Celeste wasn't actually underneath the caravan.
Yeah, I put 2 and 2 together.
Ah, good. But no
It's-
harm, no foul. You know, clearly I don't know how to use a saw.
Yeah, clearly. You're lucky I'm not gonna tell Dagar about that. Otherwise, I think you'd get that treatment. And I point up to the twins.
Oh, is that why they're up there?
They stink, by the way. They fucking stink. They shit themselves when you kick them in the leg and they haven't been cleaned since.
Yeah, just gonna. You know what? I honestly hope they stay there.
Well, should we help them down then? I thought they just wanted to be there.
No. Let's just leave them right up there.
As
I
you're having this
snoring does
conversation,
seem happy.
you do hear heavy footsteps walk around the corner as Hank appears. Good morning, everyone. We're going to leave them up there for a while.
Thorn
Okay.
looks very happy. That's a good idea.
Don't worry about them. This will actually help them. Their legs were broken, so this will help straighten out the bones.
That wasn't my fault.
Sure. To be honest,
Should we think
don't
that it
care.
is?
I'm just telling
Well,
you. It wasn't my
Whoever
fault.
did it
didn't do
is a blessing.
I did it.
He walks up to you, Thorn. He puts a hand on your shoulder. Thank you very much for your service.
It was my pleasure.
Really appreciate it.
Oh, damn.
Do it again?
I should have done that.
I mean, I've been wanting to do it, but I thought people would be mad, but you know, I didn't. No, never mind. I won't.
Solista can heal their wounds. That's fine.
Tell her not to. Tell her not to.
Oh, well,
It'd be really funny.
that's the plan.
Ah, I got it.
Let them suffer.
I like you.
I like you. I like all of you. And he looks around. Where is everyone?
That's a good question.
Well, the twins are there. And
I don't care. About the
don't know
twins.
about the others.
Okay. Well, have a nice day, guys. And he begins to walk off. So, Dane, what do you end up waking up? What do you get up to in the morning?
Okay, so I don't wake up in any compromising positions. Is that right?
Right, you're fine.
Right. Okay. Yeah, I'll just normal morning routine. Just check I've got all my stuff. Check, double check my notes.
Mhm.
Make my way out and try and find everyone.
You find the other two outside as they're just kind of like chatting underneath the hanging twins.
No, I've I've walked away. I'm not under them. That is a very
Alright.
dangerous place to be.
I'd imagine there's a suspicious puddle underneath the hanging twins.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm not near them at all.
Ah. Okay, yeah, that's a thing, I guess. Alright. Morning, you two.
How was yesterday?
Informative. Found out a few things. Also got
Anything
more questions.
Anything about you know who?
Nothing concrete. Just more of the larger web, it seems.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll keep you updated if we do find anything on him.
These fucking messages, y'all stop. We're trying to roleplay.
Where
I'm
were
gonna
you last
space
night
you.
today?
I was following up a personal matter in the city. Family invested in a business and just following something up there.
Oh, you should have come out last night. We had a great time. We went to this amazing bar, drank a drink called Adam.
What? They don't. What?
Yeah, that's what they call the drink. It was called Adam. Came out of a coffin.
Oh, that.
Okay, Fidel, I'm gonna need some context right fucking now.
Who told you to drink Adam?
Oh, it's Celeste and the bartender.
Okay, that makes sense.
Okay. The bartender.
Where?
Hey,
At
Max,
the bar.
is this a crime?
Is this a crime?
It's a crime if they didn't have consent. Then that's
Who?
murder.
Who in this situation? Adam?
If the deceased left it in his will that he consents to it, then this would actually be above board. Right, I've got to ask some people some questions now.
Fennell,
Thanks,
you
Fennell.
do remember the barkeep did say that he was given permission to serve Adam.
The barkeep said that a few times. He said they had permission.
Okay,
Did you drink a person?
Well, that would make sense. Can't say I was thinking about it all too hardly last night.
Most people would be, concerned that they didn't get person.
Why is he especially chipper this morning?
I don't know. I
I
feel
think
amazing.
I think Adam
Right.
had something to do with it.
I think Adam
just-
definitely had something to do with it.
This is Jack speaking. That's my brother's name. So, thanks to this image. Mum, if you're watching, I swear to God, Adam's alright.
No Adams were hurt in the making of this.
Adam is A-okay.
Okay, Robbie, he's not A-okay. He's my brother. Come on.
He is slightly okay.
There we go.
Whilst the three of you are having this talk, you do see the rest of your party members, as well as Hunter and Celesta, arrive at the group of caravans that are here.
I think Thorn's gonna run up to Sienna, just grab her arms, like, "Did you drink a person?"
What? No. I just drink alcohol.
Did it have a name?
Did it have a name?
No! Well, I assume so. I didn't pause to ask.
Because at a certain point, the body would have fermented, so maybe you thought it was alcohol.
Did you drink a person?
Oh,
She just shakes her head.
No, Sienna didn't want to drink Adam.
No, Sienna was too boring, unfortunately. She didn't want to partake in the fun. Honestly, if I were to be a bit picky, I'd say that Ian was a bit more of a better aftertaste than Adam.
Ian?
What the fuck is wrong with you?
What's wrong with me? What do you mean? It's consensual. They wrote it in their will. This is a part of life.
Okay.
It's
And
not
it
a
was-
part of life.
Sorry,
Well,
You're
now,
drinking
It's like
people.
fertilizer.
Celesta, you're aware of what I do for a living, right?
Oh, yes.
Okay, so I do have to say, do you have a copy of those wills?
No, but the establishment does.
Okay, I'm gonna have to follow that up.
What is...
Wait,
I'm
is
go-
this
Celeste,
not
I'm gonna
normal
give
for
you-
you lot?
No!
It's not. It's also, if there isn't actual consent, it's very illegal. Celeste, I'm gonna give you the benefit of the doubt and say that if there isn't consent, you were told otherwise. Ah, motherfucker.
I've seen it myself. I've also introduced the bar to several people who have enjoyed drinking other people and have decided to throw their own hat in the ring.
Of course you have.
I'm insight. I just want insight.
I have so many. What are we talking about?
People drinking corpses.
There's a
You
bar,
didn't drink
Sienna,
corpse, you're
that
fine.
How would
actually
you drink
went
a
to, and
corpse?
it was, well, the body is filled with a load of liquids, and eventually, when you die, they all just blob out of you. So
Ugh.
they just
Okay.
get that
Hey,
juicy
can
goodness.
you drink that?
Well, they put some additives inside.
I think I'm very sick. Excuse me for a moment. I'm gonna be sick.
See, even Fennell enjoyed it.
Well, to be honest, I wasn't thinking about it all that hard, and I thought this was normal for you land dwellers. I mean, I'm here experiencing your culture, so thought this was part of your culture.
My family's in the drinks industry can confirm this ain't normal. Okay, that's my morning gone. Oh wait, shit. Everyone, we got this, and I'm gonna hand everyone, in the party, a pouch with 200 gold.
Yay.
What's this for?
Ooh. Wait, where did we get this from? Did you steal? Wait, no, you're like against crime. Wait, where did you get this?
Convoy leader.
What?
For services rendered.
Right. Oh no, that makes sense. But they let us stay here. We can't really
This is for
take money for being allowed to stay here.
no. This is because we've been helping with Gemini.
Oh. Wait.
Yeah, this is payment for the help with that, the twins, and also, in my case, something of a deposit for future services rendered.
How'd they end up there?
I think
Twins?
Thorn did that.
Why are they?
I did do that.
Oh no!
No, I just broke their legs.
I think it's quite fitting.
Oh no!
Darga said we
Thanks
should
that I
leave
did
them there.
the job.
I'm gonna go check with Doggy if he got us those tickets. Sienna, if you wanna come with me,
Shouldn't
or do
we?
you want me to?
I.
They'll be
Yeah,
fine.
no,
They
I'll
deserve
come.
it. They deserve it.
That'll be
Hank
fun.
said it was okay.
Yes.
Yeah, okay, Thorn. Next time, don't play with your food, okay? We've had a talk about this. Like, don't do. it.
Sienna, you should go see Dugar. I'm gonna go
Yes.
this way. Bye.
We need to stop talking about drinking or eating people and keep walking away.
This is better than cannibal. Wow.
I know a name for the group, the Cannibal Crew. Let's go.
The cannibal.
No, definitely
Absolutely the fuck
You're
not.
not doing that.
Literally, only one of us did that.
Finger licking good.
That's who you know.
Looking good.
Only
Oh,
one
no,
person
no,
you
no.
know has done
Don't even
that.
go there, Max.
To your knowledge, one person has done that, so
To my knowledge, yes. I hope it stays that way.
it won't.
I have one question. Was Adam apple flavored or?
Was Adam apple? What flavour was
Oh,
Adam?
sick.
That would be.
It was quite
fitting.
fruity.
That would be fit.
Of course it was.
Like a fine
Oh.
wine.
Please tell me the bottle was called Adam's apple. Come on, that's all I ask.
Was there a drink called Eve as well?
All right,
Alright,
so
yes.
we have Ven and Sienna looking for Dargar, right?
Yeah.
Okay. You can
Yes.
see he's currently sat outside of his own caravan, currently looking at the large Colosseum, which doesn't have the tent draped over it at the moment. That seems to be only during the night, when the performance is about to start. But you see he's found a stall, and he's just kind of sat there in the morning, looking over and kind of staring at it, seeing all of the colours and just kind of reminiscing slightly. He hears you approach. Oh, good morning. How are both of you?
Okay. Ish.
Yeah, slightly hungover, but it's fine.
Oh, that's all right. You had some fun. That's what it's all about, right? Anyway, Here, I was meaning to find you earlier, or last night, but you headed off too early. So I was able to get some of those tickets for you. They also said they enjoyed the show, the Sky Captain. So they might try and approach you during your journey. Who knows? Anyway, here are the tickets. I was able to get you VIP access, drinks package, all inclusive, and you have access to the spa as well.
Oh,
Ooh.
what's the spa?
That is so generous. Thank you. Oh, it's like where you can like get massages or like skin treatment, and they treat you really nicely and they're really polite. So it's a really nice experience. People do it to like relax and stuff.
Oh, thank you, Doug. You didn't really have to get the most expensive.
Yeah,
Thank
this
you.
is a lot. Thank you.
Well, I have my ways, so I try to get as much as I can for some of my friends. And as well, I do apologize. The VIP package was only inclusive for one large room, which will accommodate all of you. But that means you'll all be sharing this large suite. Couldn't get individual rooms for the same package, unfortunately, but you seem all quite close, so sharing, I imagine, will be fine.
Yeah, we'll squeeze in. It's fine.
As long as Nell doesn't drink Adam again, I think we should be fine.
Excuse me?
Yeah.
Don't worry.
Wait. Oh my God. He had a name. Oh, of course he had a name. If he's from a.
This is
Anyway,
one of those bars that Melissa goes to.
Yeah.
I've heard this
yeah.
before. She said Craig was not a good drink last time.
Oh.
Wouldn't
Well,
know.
I'm sure Craig feels really horrible about that.
Well, he's dead, so who cares?
Well,
Anyway.
that depends if one believes in like afterlife. Oh yes. Anyway,
Oh.
I feel bad about this now, but I also have something for you. I wanted to give a little thank you for letting us stay here. So again, I feel a bit like this is very puny in comparison to what you did for us, but here you go. And she hands him the plushie.
He looks at it. This is very nice. You see, he kind of holds it. He squeezes it slightly. Does it make a noise?
No, it does not make a noise.
Okay. He squeezes the stomach. You gave me nice portions. Thank you. I appreciate it. It's hard to get a tummy tuck here. But I appreciate it. Thank you very much, Sienna. Wow.
I'm glad you like it.
This is really nice. Thank you. I don't know what to say. It's been a pleasure, honestly, to have all of you here with us for a short time. It's felt like a longer period of time with all of you. And I'll miss each one of you. It's been fun. Will you be leaving today, tomorrow? What are your intentions?
Well, the airship leaves tomorrow, doesn't it? So
Yes, that's
if
right.
you'd have us another night, then we'd love to stay another.
We'll be happy to accommodate. You're more than welcome to stay with us. And he gets like a wide smile. If you're curious, the ship is located on the northern side of that mountain, just on the opposite side. Can't see it from here, but I saw it when I walked past last night. Very impressive, quite large. If I had to explain it, it would be the size of maybe a village. It's quite impressive.
How big?
All bells and whistles inside.
A village?
State of the art. It's one of the first of its kind. It's a mix of pleasure, entertainment, and a place in the skies. Now, probably not as cheap as living in the skies like the city of Zefdal, but it's an option. You get a bit more freedom in where you're going. You know where you're going, at least.
Okay, autocorrect. Did you just use the word sheep as Zeftal? Because I don't connect those two. That does not work in my brain. That is not correct. Jesus Christ, how expensive is this thing? Okay. How much money did he spend on us? Whoa. Ooh.
Oh, well, the tickets themselves, they cost about 150 a day. But I got these for free, so you're fine.
Thank you. Oh gosh, I had no idea they were that expensive.
100.
I would have been in trouble.
Again, this is the first of its kind, so a lot of very influential people will be there. I saw a few friends of mine that will be boarding as well. Old performers and such that I've seen over the years. If you will, I'd suggest checking them out on live stage. They do a live performance on board as well. They're called the Fleeting Nightmare. A bit of a similar
name.
music to what Gildana does, if you're into that sort of thing.
We'll give it a watch, then I guess.
Oh, we certainly will. Yes, thank you for everything once again. It was lovely to stay with you, and I was really touched by the speech you made yesterday before the performance. It was heartwarming. I quite enjoyed it.
Well, I do know how to make a good tearjerker, so
Yes.
although most of it was quite true.
Well, we'll be staying here for another day, so I don't mind cooking again if you have any special requests.
Yes.
I'm sure Rory will be happy to hear that. He praised both of your work, as well as Fennell's, during last night's meal, so I'm sure you can help out around again. I have some business to attend to. I have some planning for tonight's performance, but if you were to confer with Rory and the rest of the troupe, we can make sure we have a good meal tonight. You see, he begins to stand up. Have a good day, both of you. And he does his own thing.
You know how to make plushies? That's so cute.
Yes, I've been getting into it. I'm not amazing at it yet, but I've been able to work out my own little patterns and stuff. So
could you teach me?
I'm quite enjoying it. Oh, I definitely can. Crocheting is so relaxing. Such a nice hobby.
I've always wanted to learn how, just never had the time. But your work is
I know the feeling.
Really nice. You're skilled at so many things.
Oh. Well, I think you've seen about all of it. I don't think there's much else to it. I think the list ends there.
You know how to cook, crochet. You're good at calming down Thorn. I'm assuming you're pretty good with that sword you're carrying around.
I think that's an individual.
So, what did you say, sorry?
Sorry, my internet cut out.
Yeah, that's
what to say.
I'm assuming you're also pretty good with that sword you're carrying around.
I've got the standard training. I'm not amazing with it. Also, stop bringing me. You're making me all flustered. Also, stop talking only about me. Haven't you seen yourself? That performance yesterday was heartbreaking. It touched deep parts inside myself that I didn't even know existed. It was so amazing.
Thank you. I was a little bit nervous, but I guess it all kind of went away once I actually did it. But thank you. Entertainer. Kind of had to be good at singing, I guess.
Well, you're good at singing, you're good at cooking, you're really good at baking. I love your cakes. Have I mentioned that enough yet?
Oh, it's my mom's recipes mostly. So that credit goes to her. But thank you.
Yeah. Do you have well, no, this is sort of rude to ask. Do you think you could share some of those recipes with me?
Oh, sure, yeah. I can teach you tonight if you want.
Oh yes, I would love that.
Maybe
you said you wanted to learn some of the decorations I did, so maybe we could trade. You teach me some of that, I teach you some of that.
What if we, and hear me out, get a notebook, since we're gonna be traveling for a while, and we can write down recipes and little things we teach each other along the way, and just have it as a little thing we do.
That is a little. Yes, let's do that. That would be lovely.
The deal then. We can go get it sometime today at the market.
Yes, and we can also look for some wool. I'm running out of my stocks, and you need something that's fit for beginners. So, it's gonna be so much fun. More shopping.
Yep.
We can. This time we have to convince Thorn to tag along, though. She really needs to get under more people. She needs to meet more people. It's important for development and stuff.
Since we're gonna be traveling together, it's probably best if we all start spending more time together. Maybe we convince the 2 guys to go with us as well.
Okay, we just found out that the one guy drank a person.
Yeah, but we're gonna be sharing a room with
about any of. Yes, we are going to be sharing a room. Okay, yeah, maybe. Yeah, sure. Let's give it a shot. Let's bring them along.
Good
influence. Can come, I guess, if he wants to. Yeah.
Just a question. Yesterday. Did that man tell you anything in specific? Hope I didn't scare him away or anything.
He seemed rather apologetic, and Max, what at this point? Yes, what kind of impression did I get of that man? When Ben ran away and I talked to him briefly.
He seemed to be genuine, honest. He seemed very embarrassed about the whole situation. He kind of blamed himself, even though Ven was the one who ran away. So there's a sense of this guy probably didn't hold much of a high esteem of himself. Whether that's kind of his own demons or whether the situation meant that he kind of fell in on his own thoughts. It's kind of can go both ways. But yeah, he was answering everything genuine, and he wanted to get out there as soon as possible.
Well, yeah, he seemed nice, bit in a hurry, bit self-depressed. What's the word?
Deprecating?
Doesn't matter. That's it. English. Yeah. If he has insects on him, that's on him. He should be taking better care of himself and make sure not to have any gigantic bugs on him.
Yeah, I mean, it's alright. It's over now, but let's get back to everyone and see if we can get him to tag along to the market.
Yes. And if you see any large bugs, just tell me, and I'm gonna make sure they stay very far away from you.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Okay. You guys begin to head back to the group. Thorn, you notice Gildana kind of amongst the caravans, just beginning to walk through. You can see her hands in a jacket pocket, just kind of walking around. She sees you, she just gives a nod in your direction and continues walking.
I think she tries to hype herself up to talk to her. She's like, okay, it's fine. You've known her for a day. She's cool. Okay. And then she walks over. Hey. I wanted to talk to you about,
I don't know. You're gonna have to elaborate a little bit.
You made a comment last night.
I made a lot of comments.
You made a comment about us doing something, I think.
Whoa. Hold on. Where is this going, Thorn?
Not where...
It sounds a little bit fruity for my liking.
I just wanted to say that I'm not ready for that, or I don't want to do that. Not because, I don't know what I'm saying anymore. I like you, but I don't like you, I guess. I don't know.
Well, I appreciate you telling me that and having the the actual confidence to say it with some chest. It's good to see. No, and I don't think I feel the same way either. I'll be honest.
Okay.
Maybe with some time, who knows? But I feel like you need to sort yourself out before you start dealing with this sort of thing. If that makes sense.
Yeah. I kind of want to get there someday, but I'm not ready.
She kind of like walks closer up to you, and then she's kind of like face to face. She's probably about 10 inches away from your face, and she's kind of like looking quite close. Have you ever kissed anyone before?
I have.
Do you want to kiss me?
Her face just gets like, just red entirely. She's like, no. I mean, yes, but no.
Is it a yes or a no?
No. I'm sorry.
That's right. I just prefer you tell me than string me along. And she takes a step back. Look, we all need to find ourselves in the world. That's understandable. Take your time, find the right person. I don't think I'm the person for you, though, Thorn. So, as much as I enjoy having a laugh with you, I think you can do better. So, be sure to keep an eye out. Because I'm sure there's someone out there for you.
Yeah. I still, want to be friends and all that.
With benefits.
No, I didn't say that. I didn't say that at all.
She begins to look around. Be careful Sienna doesn't hear you.
No. What? I'm so confused.
I'm only joking. Relax. Don't take everything to heart. People are gonna bust your balls all the time. Thorn. Just take it with stride. We don't have balls, so we're good.
You say such confusing things all the time.
Is there anything you want to talk about in particular?
I just wanted to give you this, and she takes off her bandana. She offers it to her, just so if you ever need to find me or anything.
I'll be honest. You look better without it. She takes it, and in her belt, she just kind of like ties it against it. Looks good.
Huh.
Not to be all mushy or anything like that.
No,
I did have
no.
something for you as well, but
Yeah, no, I get it.
yeah, you beat me to the punch, so she punches you in the arm.
Ow! Why
I'm
did
not
you
going to
do
forgive
that?
you for that, because I was going to plan this entire thing and give you something, but you instead go and fucking one-up me. I can't believe it. Anyway.
Why is it when I try to be nice to new people, like Sienna tells me, it doesn't work out? I'm so confused.
You're talking to the wrong person. I don't want to be helped. I don't want to be people talking nice to me. Fuck that. And you see she kind of like leans down to her boot, and in there's a knife, and she just pulls it out, flicks it around in her hand. The dagger that you had looks a bit fucking dull. Doesn't look like it can actually hurt a child. So take this. Don't be killing no children with it, but it's definitely sharp.
Thank you. Yeah, thanks. She's gonna step away from Gildana and do some like moves with it, and just gonna admire the blade.
It's called a fling dagger. You can stab people with it. It's enchanted. It's sharp. But if you try and throw it at someone, it can sometimes ricochet off of them and hit someone else. But this is what I used to practice when I was starting off. Then I just evolved it into my magic, so you can use it. Hit 2 people at once. Could be fun. Yeah, if you're not into killing people, then I guess you could hit 2 things at the same time.
I mean, it sounds like fun, yeah. Thank you.
That's all right. Don't say thanks. It's all good.
Well, I'm gonna, because I want to.
All right, fucking say it then. Fuck, I don't like I care. And she just begins to walk off. See you later.
I sort of wave after her, and then I walk away, admiring the dagger.
At this point, Fennel, you you feel this sickly presence as you see Callista kind of like turn a corner. Hello, see you again.
Good morning.
Well, good morning. You look quite radiant today.
Oh, I feel amazing.
It must be Adam kicking in.
Is that normal?
You know what they say. Sometimes the life of someone brings life to someone else. A soul for soul sort of scenario.
I drank his soul.
No, not really. You drank the fluids from his body that have remnants of his being inside, and if later tracked backwards, could be found in your feces afterwards when you shit him out eventually.
Oh, lovely. I won't be looking for that.
No, no need to. Look, I just wanted to say that you last night were amazing. You did an excellent job. You followed all the steps. You didn't falter once. And I've not had a partner like that in many years. So I thought I'd just leave you with a little keepsake. And you see she kind of pulls out from her side this single-sided cloak, black in color, with slight kind of pattern of star shapes on the side of it. She hands it to you. It will improve as you continue to dance throughout the night. It will allow you to be more graceful on your feet, even though you don't need it. But perfectionism is always the best, and you have that little spark in you. So I want to see you exceed and do better, Fennel. And she hands it to you. And this was from my previous lover, so good thing we didn't capitulate last night, so it's all fine. And you can have this as a little reminder for me. And she just kind of hands it over.
Oh, you're far too kind. You were an excellent teacher, and I had such a good time.
Well, I'm glad to hear you had fun. Not many people do in my hands, but you did, and that's all that matters. Anyway, I will head off and see Daga and prepare for tonight's festivities, but I might see you around later. And she just begins to head off and do her own thing.
Fennel will put the cloak on and give a little twirl.
It's nice. It's very kind of very beautiful and kind of accents the rest of your attire with this very moody darkness. It also seems to have some sort of effect in the light as well as darkness as you kind of like go back and forth between shadow and light. It seems to have some affinity there, but you feel lighter on your feet with it, a bit more graceful. Sienna, as you're heading back to the troop, you see Hank kind of walk over, the little mini-me in his pocket, just kind of like hanging out the side. He walks over. Hey, Sienna, good morning.
Morning.
Hi. All of us are handing out little gifts to people that we liked. And because I really like you. I don't know what it is. You made a present for me, and I wanted to make something for you, but I can't really make things that my hands are too big for that. But I had this.
No problem.
I have this ribbon that I thought might look nice on you. It also, I used it back in the day when I was starting to create and build the circus. It helped with my back, and hopefully it can help with yours too. Do a lot of heavy lifting. You see he kind of pulls out from his pocket this silky ribbon that he just kind of like pulls out, and he hands it to you. It's kind of like a reddish brown color to it, kind of like a coppery Here you go. You see, he gives a wide grin.
Uh-huh.
Thank you very
It's
much.
really pretty. Thank you. It's gorgeous.
By the way, I called Mini-Me Sylvester. And he kind of like holds him out and gives him a little kick back and forth.
That's an amazing name.
I named him after my brother. And he just kind of like shakes him. I miss him. He puts it back in his pocket.
Well, can't you visit him? Maybe. The circus travels a lot, so.
No, unfortunately not. He's a barrister.
Oh.
Bad deal.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, then you wouldn't want to go meet him, I guess.
No, not at all. Nope.
Yeah.
Don't want to be pulled back in. As soon as I go and see him, he'll be like, Hank, you should be back in the firm. And I'm, no way. Not happening.
Yeah. Well, you could make it like a limited visit where you make it very clear that you're going to be leaving like in 2 days or in 3 days, and then you can just go, no, I have to do this really important thing. I can't work with the firm again. No, okay. Well, I'm sure you'll find a way to see him again.
And he just shakes the little doll. I do.
Yeah.
Why don't you invite him to
Yeah, that's one way.
the circus show?
Oh, yes.
Oh,
That's a good idea.
we performed once in Les Rance, and he was there, and didn't go too well.
Oh.
Aw.
He had all of his big honcho friends with him, and he started making fun of the circus, so I had to kick them all out. Wasn't a good deal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the siblings, they can get like that.
Yeah, kicked his ass. So.
As you should, Hank.
Good on you.
Yeah. Good on me. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, now you have a more friendlier, less bully version of your brother. Points to the plushie.
Just feels to shake him. He shakes him a bit too vigorously at some point, so you just see the doll like that.
Oh dear.
He just like focuses on him a minute, and you see his face scrunch down a little bit. He puts it back in his pocket. Okay, I'm gonna go. He just gets the,
Great. Have a nice day.
bye. See you later.
Bye.
He's lovely.
So Dane, you just hear, hey, Dane. Hey, I'm here.
Yeah. What do you want?
Hey, buddy.
I do not like this energy.
The light's already broken, Cormstain. I will shoot it.
As long as it frees us, that's fine. Just please, though, don't just get us out of here, please.
What's in it for me?
Oh. You see one of them starts crying. The other one looks at him. We gotta give it to him. We have to. But what about our stuff? It might get stolen. We fucking stole it from that guy. Yeah, but what about our stuff?
You're aware that the only reason I haven't handed you into guards is over to Dargar, right?
Don't have to keep telling us.
Yeah, so maybe stop admitting to crimes right in front of me.
Fuck, that's true. You're right, Scott.
Look, the less I know, the better.
I saw his badge. Me too. Okay, look, though, then we have something that we can give you if you let us go.
Right?
Safely?
You know what? You've got me attention, and I'll get him down as carefully as possible.
Okay, how do you want to take them down? They're about 15 feet high. You can try and just cut the rope. You can try and do something else.
Is there a way I can untie and lower the rope?
Yeah. There's a little hatch on the side that bit of a bowline wrap. You walk over to it. You begin to unwind it, and like a pulley system, you see them begin to drop slowly. They land on their face because they are upside down.
Yeah.
They land there. You begin to head over to them, unbind them. I can. Oh, my leg. You see, they kind of like start stretching. Seem to fix it. All right, look, Third Dane, we do have something, but it's very precious to us. It stops thieves from stealing from us, so we appreciate keeping it, really. Because you know what it's like in a circus if things go missing.
Yeah, except that don't really apply for you two, does it?
He's got a point. Yeah, he does. Yeah. Okay. Well. Yeah. All right. You somehow fixed our leg. Thanks. So we're going to. All right. Come with us, then. You see, they begin to walk over and head to their cart. All right. Just stay 5 feet away from the cart, please. Don't trust you enough.
Really?
You see that Shitstain says that. Meanwhile, Cumstain, he kind of like leans over. Hey, look, I'd let you go in. It's the least I can do.
You know this good cunt, bad cunt thing you've got going on? Stop.
What you? No. I don't know what you mean, Thodane.
You know exactly what I mean. Come, you're not. Look, let's just end this conversation.
But
let's just get this done, because soon I'm gonna be gone, and you're gonna be dealing with the next person who comes around, and they might not be as kind as me.
I'll be honest, Thodane, you've been really kind to us, and from the bottom of my heart, I really appreciate you putting up with our shit. I know that we can be a handful. It's very difficult.
Poor choice of words.
It's difficult being a halfling in this world, and we're on the same height. We're on the same level, wavelength. We're on the same wavelength.
Yeah.
And I think
you know I'm a dwarf, right?
Really? You're not a halfling?
No.
Really? Really? But you're so short.
I just without a word, just points at the beard.
Things can grow beards as well.
Not like this.
You're so insensitive, though, Dane. Jeez.
Right. Look.
You're very scrawny as well for a dwarf. I thought they were a bit wider, a bit brawnier. You know what? Never mind.
I moved my coat aside so the gun is visible.
Forget what I said, honestly. Yeah, take back what I said.
Right, look. I've looked the other way for you two a fair bit. Largely as a favour to Dargar. And here's the thing. If you try and clean up your act a bit, and I don't mean that just literally, though that would be appreciated too, I can promise you, won't be reporting a thing. That being said, if I hear from Dargar that you two are up to all tricks or you get worse, we'll have another thing coming. Use this as an opportunity to turn some things around. You're not, scum of the earth. You're just being a bit annoying so far. You can come back from that.
You see, he kind of like gets closer to you, tries to. He then just says, "Hey, look, Dane. I'll be honest, didn't know you were a dwarf, but that doesn't make you a bad person. Secondly, I think that Mork and Thodane, that has a good ring to it. I think if you were to, I'm not like the best at research and books, but I've got little sneaky hands. And I think if you and I work together, you teach me your ways, your investigative ways, I think we could make a good detective duo. You and me. Dodane and Mork associates. I can see it now. Best friends, lovers.
Dodane goes very pale at that last word. How about this, Mork? You
Fighting
see
crimes
anything?
of passion.
I'm gonna have to decline your generous offer. Instead,
instantly just sour face.
Instead, how about this? You ever see anything or hear anything that is legitimately strange or out of the ordinary? Or you see Gemini come back again? I want you to send me a message. If you do that, send something your way. But as it stands, not really hiring at the moment. But information I'll pay as much as it's worth.
Now, I'm not looking for monetary value here, Dodane. I think we both know how I feel.
Yeah.
What sort of payment am I expecting?
It would be money. Maybe a lesson or two if you clean up your act and make it clear that you're actually wanting to get in the game. But nothing beyond that, I'm afraid.
I pick up what you're putting down.
Can I insight check that?
Sure.
Because I want to see how wrong an idea he's got. Insight. 21.
Your worst thoughts are all popping up. He is definitely getting the wrong end of the non-existent stick.
Yeah, non-existent is the key word here.
Eventually, Korn arrives, and you see he comes out with this lock. It's like an actual lock. He walks out. Oh, it's that fucking heavy. And he throws it onto the ground. Oh, there you go. You can have that. Thanks for setting our leg.
Yeah, well, you're welcome. Is it just a lock?
No, it's fucking magical. What do you expect?
That you might have been duped, but you know what? I'll take your word for it. Right. Despite everything, you two, wish you the best. Please don't give Dargar another headache.
We're seeing you tonight for dinner, mate.
Yeah, we'll see about that.
You see the other one like gives you a wink as you begin to head off.
I need a goddamn drink.
A fate worse than death.
A bit of Adam.
Bit of Adam. Little bit of Monica in my life.
Oh no, is that what the song was talking about? Oh god.
In this universe, yes.
Oh no.
Okay. So this is where we come into a period of a bit of downtime. So because you guys have a day to yourselves in Transvalar, I leave it up to you on what you end up doing. You can do something as a group. You can decide on going together for something. If you have a task, if you want to do something in particular, or you can just say you do some mundane tasks for the day. I'll leave that in your guys' hands. You discuss between yourselves what you want to do, and I will accommodate.
I mean, Ven and Sienna would probably propose to everyone that they go to the market to get, and would also notify them about the VIP tickets they got. But up to Thorn, Fennel, and Thedane if they want to join in.
Yeah, that sounds lovely. I need to get some things from town anyway.
Oh, just one more thing about the tickets. Saga did say we will all be sharing one big room.
I mean, is this tickets for the airship?
Yes.
Well, I already got a ticket on my own, so No worries. There, I got a return when I made my way here anyway.
You don't want the ensuite with the paid drinks and fun?
It's more if it gets a bit cramped for sleeping, is what I'm saying.
I think so.
We could check out the room, and if it's not like up to your standards, you can go to your own room and leave us in peace. That sounded rude.
Yeah, a little bit. It's less about standards and more, peace and quiet. If I have to go over any case notes.
All right.
Yeah. Same applies to anyone else if they have anything they want. If they want a minute away from everyone else, if we're doing that big room, we've got another one where you can, get some whatever time.
That sounds...
Some whatever time. I thought you were checking case notes.
Okay, you're not nearly as naive as you let on.
We don't question what Dane does in his spare time, guys.
Yeah, let me try to claim my sister's name. Please make light of it.
Well, are you three down to go into the market with us? We could use an extra pair of hands, and if you need to grab anything before the trip.
You see Foden just look at his arms and wince. You're not after anything. You're not after anything reflective, are you?
What?
Never mind.
No.
Thorn's gonna look at. She's gonna say, "I'm not gonna get left behind, am I?" And she looks at Thodane.
Locked.
What? Wait, who left you behind? What do you mean?
I blinked and suddenly
Tina's
Thorn
already
wasn't
glaring
there.
at Thodane.
Yeah, just
I blinked.
at him.
Thorn wasn't there. I looked around. She knew where we were heading. I thought she'd meet me there.
I've never been in a town before.
You ask for directions.
You have to pay attention when you're around with others. You can't just let them wander off.
Okay, which one are you talking to here? Because technically, we're both guilty of that.
You.
Okay, and why does Thorn get a pass?
No.
She's never been in a town.
Because Thorn is the one that got lost, not the one that let people.
Okay, sorry for assuming the person with the animal-like sense of smell would be able to find me.
Do you have a? Do you have
Yeah, well,
that sense of
not
smell?
in a gigantic city.
Do I have that sense of smell? I assumed I did. I assume I do. Max, do I have
You
a sense
assume
of
many
smell?
things. You assume many
Okay.
things.
Look, if anything, I'm more impressed by how sneaky Thorn is. I'm normally quite good at finding someone in the crowd.
Yeah, you are very short, so I guess this is on me.
And I rest my case, Your Honour. They have admitted to guilt, and I will see myself out. But yeah, I have something to do as well. Just something to check up on. Meant to do it yet. Well, I should have done it yesterday, but I didn't think of it till now. But yeah, other than that, I got nothing else on.
I can help if you need me.
I just got to send a sending.
Okay.
Well, you can come along, and then maybe if it's on the way, you could just go quickly, get it done, come back.
Yeah, sounds good.
Fennel?
Yep, I'm happy to do that. I need some stuff from town.
Okay. Let's get going then, if everyone's
Oh.
ready.
Yeah.
You begin to explore the town together. You head around the city. You kind of see different parts of it. Going through the different sectors, you can see there is clearly a different style and theme around each one. You go around clockwise, beginning in Teller's Market, Teller sector, where there's markets as well as music and performance, kind of stage performances. You can see there are poets standing in amongst the crowd and beginning to spout some Shakespearean poetry to the masses as they just kind of like gather a crowd amongst them. Eventually you cross over and around into the next sector and the next and next. You can see one sector seems to be more gladiatorial, enjoying the spar and fighting. You can see there's some colosseums, some kind of like betting displays are here as well. Very kind of lean, muscle orientated. A lot of people here seem to have their own kind of look after themselves, treat themselves with somewhat respect to their bodies. Their bodies are a temple. Then moving over, you can see other areas. There's one which has like this large gambling district where you can almost see like a mini Las Vegas, big neon lights through magic being shining through, people walking in and out, some happy and glee with pockets filled, others sad and just kind of walking, being carried and ushered out by larger individuals as they just throw them to the wayside, having lost all their coin and begging for more. You continue and you find other sectors as well. But you end up picking up a lot of stuff on the way. I'd like each of you just to roll a d20 for me.
Roll for random trauma.
Oh no.
Ay.
Middle of the pack.
Great job,
Right.
guys.
Good
hustle.
Walking around,
Thanks.
you notice as well that there's a hodgepodge of people. There's people from all sorts of backgrounds, ways of life, have all gathered here into Transvalar. You can see some that are native to Leirance, as well as Gavert, Vardem, different places around the world. But they've all come to this single space because this is where some of the gods are just treated with the highest of respect. You see the temples as well, dedicated to these gods. And here you have 7 gods in particular that are depicted. You have Teller, the god of stories and fables. You have Ashtar, the god of decay and natural balance. Bane as well, who is the god of war as well as kind of self-care. You have Moradin, who is the father of life and creation. Avandra, who is a god of luck as well as mischief as well. And as well, you have Corallan, who is the god of magic and art. But in the center, standing over all of these and looking over them with a very powerful presence, is Bahamut, the god of law and order. And you can sense their presences throughout these sectors. Bahamut is around every corner. But you don't really find any others leaking into them. So you wouldn't find Corallan priests going into Teller's sector, for example. They all stick to their own sectors, as long as they're in their own kind of priestly garbs, that is. But the city seems lifeful. There is an abundance of joy that seems to be sprouting out. And as well, going around the northern sector, in the side of this mountain that rises out in the center of the city, you do see a large, this huge, almost V-shaped looking wide boat that floats in the air. It has bronze couplings as well as the wood itself is finished and lacquered with a shining, brilliant color to it. There are buildings on top of the main deck, and it almost has a dome-like structure to it, which protects most of the inside. You see steam pouring out of the top. The very front of its nose, as you see it, is almost a depiction of like some sort of winged eagle of sorts, like a large eagle. The entire bottom of this flying ship seems to resemble the facial structure at the front of an eagle and the wings pulling out at the back, going all the way across and to the back of the ship. At the very top, almost like the end of the ship that pokes out and gives it some sort of figure as its head and guide forward. You see this gentlemanly individual wearing almost like a suit, but seems to be riding the eagle as like a rider of sorts. But the clothing and the actual mount don't seem to work together. It's very impractical wear that they seem to be wearing. As well, they seem to be holding a martini glass in their right hand and sipping it as well. That is just at the very front of the ship. But you can see there is a platform that rises out from the side of this mountain, and it kind of interjects and holds on to a certain area where you can see, just from this position alone, people moving back and forth. You can see large bits of crates being ushered in and off of the ship. So you can see there's people going back and forth all the time. There is a buzz around the ship. You can see people always look up and kind of speak of it as it's arrived in port. But you enjoy the evening and afternoon of Transvalar. And I kind of ask you guys, what sort of things do you buy? What do you get up to? Where do you visit? What sort of shops do you end up falling into? This is more role play up for you guys to decide.
Do we want to go in an order of some kind, or?
No, you can speak up. Whoever wants to go first can say it.
Well, for now, we'd be looking for a new notebook.
Okay. You
Primarily.
find one.
Coincidentally, so then.
Yep.
Oh, what are you getting
Okay,
your
so-
notebooks for?
Recipes.
Recipes.
And crocheting patterns.
Fascinating.
What are you getting one for?
Oh, now that Calceria is about to be over, I've sent my notes away, and I need a new book for Leyrance.
Oh, I see. Organized.
Wait, like underwater?
Oh, yeah, no, it's gone by Curia, it'll all be waterproofed, and it won't get damaged in transit, but it's on its way.
No, okay.
Alright.
Odd.
And so, who are you sending it to? Like, your family, your leader, your community at large? Who's on the receiving end of this?
It'll be a team of people. The government basically. We emissaries go out. We spread our culture to help with our integration and learn about everyone else and send it back for them to learn from back home. Can't send everyone.
All while drinking our graveyards dry.
Yes, I'd already sent the book away before that, so I might need to make a special passage in the new book.
No, you really don't.
Yeah,
But then, as we established earlier, that's
you're
not normal.
confusing common. Yeah, exactly. You're confusing common behavior and special tendencies of specific people.
Weirdo behavior.
Weirdo behavior.
Yes.
Well, I'll think about it.
Okay. I think Ven would also look for similar groceries they got last time. That Rory kind of told them about. Maybe not for the exact same dish, but the basics.
Mm-hmm.
As well as I think he would accompany Sienna to get some wool. Question mark?
Yes. Sienna would also be looking for a craft store. So just anything that offers some sort of wool selection, maybe some cloth, definitely needles, because everyone needs their own needles. I'll just use mine. And Ben can pick a pretty pair.
Yeah. One question.
Mm-hmm.
That bakery from last time. Is there anyone inside it right now?
So the bakery itself was just a stall. It seemed to be some forward part of some other larger establishment elsewhere in the city. You do find the same person that was working there the other day. Just this kind of like older looking gentleman just sat there. But you don't see the same individual that shocked you last time.
Okay, he'll get the fucking blood orange cake this time. As breakfast, because screw it. I don't think we had breakfast.
Oh yeah, that's a good point.
We'll get one for Sienna too if she wants.
You get the
Thank you.
You get the cake, and as you're kind of like slicing into it, he sees you again. Oh, so you're here again? You enjoyed the cake so much, did you?
Yeah, didn't get to taste it much yesterday.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Well, the cake is an excellent recipe. I've gathered through many travels throughout my years.
Oh, do you know where you got this recipe from?
On a small side part of Leyrance, to the west, I believe.
Could have been my mom's recipe. She makes a really good blood orange cake.
Oh, perhaps. Was this a small town on the edge of a frozen forest?
Yep. That's it.
Yes, that would be the one. Yes, I went there maybe 3 years ago. Lovely woman. Elven woman, right?
Yeah.
Well, she
That's right.
amazing cake.
Well, I'm glad to see her recipe is popular, I guess.
Well, it's mostly the blood oranges that come from there. I was able to get quite a lot, and I have shipments brought over now from that region. Very nice, quite irony aftertaste. They say that it's actually blood, but I don't believe that.
No, it's not actual blood. It's just a rumor.
I thought so. You can attest to it, of course.
Yeah, and he takes the whole. I'm assuming they come in like a little packet.
Yeah,
To-go
he just
thing.
kind of like wraps them up and
Hands one to Sienna. Here you go.
Are we? Sorry.
Thank you.
After Fennel drank Adam, you sure it's not actual blood?
Yes, I'm sure.
We have to go.
Max, I'm
I'm
sure,
just gonna
right?
eat it. I'm not gonna think about it.
Sounds alright.
it's a very, very sweet, very tangy aftertaste to it. Very rich chocolate, so it has that like bitter aftertaste afterwards as well. It's a soft cake, so it just kind of like melts into your mouth. But yeah, as you're kind of like letting it settle for a moment, that orange aftertaste begins to like transcend to this almost like a metallic undertone to it. Very strange. It's almost like a meaty taste almost.
It's blood. It's blood. It's blood.
Max,
eating
what is your
pepperoni.
obsession with
Is
making us eat people?
It's people.
Silent greed is
It's blood.
people.
It's something.
Silent greed is people.
Is it?
Are
the
you
same
sure
as
it's not normal to
my
eat
mom?
people here?
I'm
Yes.
beginning to have my doubts.
Yes, yeah.
Van, you get the sense that this is someone's interpretation of the recipe. It's not the perfected because it's not like there's a difference when you share a recipe and you make it yourself. The individual person, the chef, does have an influence in how it's done. There's a specialty in that, and as you bite it, you're almost kind of like transcended to that point where you're sat in front of the bakery and trying out this cake for the first time. But it's kind of like a bit blurry because the memory isn't fully there because this cake just isn't really perfected. But it's close enough.
It's alright. It's pretty good.
Cake is a lie.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, you guys don't have to like.
Just has a slightly weird aftertaste, but it's tasty. It's really, really tasty.
It is very Moorish though, Sienna. As you like finish it, you're like, that's actually quite nice. I could have another.
Is that Frank? Nah, it can't be.
You see a dog tag out of it.
Don't.
Okay.
Don't.
Anything else during your shopping trip? Anything else purchased? Anywhere else you go?
I think Thorn goes to find another bandana to cover up her marking with.
Okay.
After giving one to Gildana.
Alright. What
And
colour
then
did you
she
Pink.
no, that's stupid. Not the same color as my hair. Sure, dark green. I'll get a dark green color.
get? Dark green. You buy one from Ashtar. That's their colours. That's dark green.
didn't know
You just
that.
grab that, put it around, tie
Awesome.
it tight.
And then I guess since Thorn got one of the abandoned books, she said she's gonna put flowers in it, so she's gonna look for a flower shop
Mhm.
and just try to get a few flowers she can press into the book. Nothing specific, but yeah.
Yeah, you find a large display of different flowers on show. If you could just roll a religion check for me.
Why? Such a odd request. Such an odd request. Religion for flowers. Okay. Okay. 12.
Okay. You begin to look through and you find a large display of different strange looking flowers. Some beautiful, some subtle in their design. But you gather a few and then kind of like grab them for your book as you place them in. Anything else?
Right.
Not for
Yes.
me.
While we're walking through the Morden section, if we walk past the temple, Sienna would hesitate, look at it, and be like, "Do we maybe want to go inside?"
No.
Why?
No, it's just my sister is in theory in the city, and she might be here. I'm not quite sure she'd want to see me, but
Why not?
I thought I'd just go take a look if she's inside, you know?
Who is she?
Oh, I've mentioned her. She's my oldest sibling, Antonia. I think I've told you a brief bit about her. She wasn't. We didn't live in the same house for very long. Just a few years, so.
One.
Yeah, that one.
Is there something about this place that just attracts older siblings? Well,
Maybe. As far as I know, there's only one of mine in Trosula, so.
Do you have more siblings?
Just one. Yes, I have a total of 3. Two sisters
my
and one brother.
condolences.
Well,
Is having a sibling
I guess it
really
can be a
that
handful.
bad?
They're a bit unresponsible.
You've not met mine, Fawn.
I mean, okay. I thought siblings
They
were...
they can have the disadvantages, but they can also have their advantages.
Yeah,
Okay.
siblings are great.
They really don't.
I'm getting a lot of mixed messages here.
Don't worry, Thorn. I haven't got siblings either, so no idea what they're talking about.
Are you the youngest?
Well,
or the
let's just middle.
Oh.
I have my brother's younger than me. My sisters are both older, so. And Thorn, for your comprehension, let's just put it like this: they make a very huge mess, and it might be a cute mess, but you know you're the one who has to clean it up. So it's like it's sort of annoying, and you're like, couldn't they just do it themselves? But at the same time, you're glad to do it for them, and
Yeah. Or, they get accused of high treason and you have to fix their mess.
And that's common?
No, I think that's just
your
a
sister has been
thing.
accused of high treason.
Yeah.
Ain't exactly a secret.
Well,
But you shouldn't
I
tell us in
hadn't
the
heard
market.
about it. What happened? Yeah, maybe wait until we're onwards.
I mean, she was Bright Half's apprentice. Like, okay, how much do you know about politics?
Oh, very little.
Okay, anyone else? Anyone
Some.
What
above
does
that?
politics
Not
mean?
really.
I doubt that. Can I interject that?
What does politics mean?
Now, Fennell, how much of that politics do you know is ocean-based or land-based?
Well, of course, most of it is ocean-based, but since I've been here, I've seen a couple of small-time lords and politicians, but I don't get involved.
Okay, do you know who Bright Half is?
The name sounds familiar.
Yes, I do. Leader of Trosvilla. Pretty
Yeah,
much the head guy around here.
Yeah, cool. My sister was shaping up to be the next in line.
Oh,
Ooh.
that's impressive. And then she committed high treason?
She was accused of high treason.
Right, sorry.
What did she do? Supposedly.
Just looking around. Yeah, I'd rather not go into details out here. Saying that it happened is a known fact.
Okay.
Details, however, is where it gets a bit murky.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. You've known us for like 3 days. It's fair that you don't want to share your sister's allotted crimes with us. I wouldn't want to do that either. Even though my
Alleged crime.
siblings haven't committed any crimes, as far as I know.
Max, newspapers exist, right?
Yeah.
I'd recommend, just in general, really, picking up a paper whenever you're in a city. Yeah, it's good to keep abreast of information.
Well, this is the first time me and Thorn have been in a city for 2 months now? Two and a half? We've been on the road quite a while, so...
How long ago did it happen, Max? Because my timeline's a bit screwy in my head.
I want to say around a month ago, maybe. You would have acted as fast as possible, so I can't remember the specific time now.
Month and a half, that kind of thing.
Roughly.
Yeah, you might have been in between places when it happened then, so fair enough. For now, I would, if you're going to be an emissary, if you don't already, I'd recommend picking up a paper whenever you're in anywhere civilized.
Yes, I've been told about the newspapers. I mostly just rely on word of mouth, but that's probably not a bad idea.
Okay, yeah, it's good. Yeah, some of it's a bit leery, but you can generally trust them to get the broad facts correct.
Well,
but wouldn't they be writing quite horrible things about your sister?
Oh yeah, that's been fucking fun.
Oh.
Well, if then they're writing wrong things, should we be reading it?
Yeah, but I'm gonna be the one to prove them all wrong, and get one up on her. So it's a win-win for me.
Do you not like her?
No, I think she's great. What part of that was ambiguous?
Yes, that sums up siblings pretty great. Right, so anyway, do we want to go inside or do we not want to?
Oh, I'd like to see what Moradin is all about.
Oh, largely building stuff.
Sure. If you want to go.
Yeah.
Yep. Can't hurt. Well, I guess it could hurt, but let's just go inside.
Oh dear.
Oh, Lord.
Robbie, you, as all of you begin to approach into this temple to Moradin, you hear this rumble in the ground to your left, and you kind of turn and look over in that direction, and you can see you're on a main road, and guards are running towards your direction, and then take a quick right. You begin to hear clashing of something, and as you're there for a moment, you see one of those same guards just fly to the opposite way. You see they just crash into the side of a cart. All of you see this now, as you've just seen this flash of silver, a star. One of the guards here at Trasvalar just get flown from one end of the street to the other, crashing into this small cart, leaving food just scattering everywhere. You can hear people beginning to run away from that point as a skirmish has taken place.
I'm running straight to it if I saw guards.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I guess we're getting in another fight. Right. Yes, coming.
You all quickly turn back on yourselves away from the temple and begin to rush off in this direction. You can hear the fighting get louder and louder, and now you begin to hear these beams of energy, cacophonous, thunderous booms, just bouncing off into the ground. You see bits of stone fly off into the air momentarily as you turn the corner. I just want everyone to roll an acrobatics check to see who will be the fastest. Acrobatics or athletics? Okay, so Fennell and Ven, the two of you are going to be the quickest to get there. So you two just bolt as fast as you can, and as you turn the corner past this building to your left, you can see this street, a side street, where there are different residential buildings left and right of you. But you can see one of the buildings itself, the front of it, is all been caved in because some horse has been thrown into the side of it. You see a horse just embedded into the wall itself. You can see they're just kind of like twitching every so often. You also see there is scattered bits of blood on the ground. You can see there is a large gap in the floor, like a crater, where something has hit hard into the ground. And as you turn the corner, you can see a chain which is connected to an individual who is flying above, a priest, seemingly conjuring another large beam of energy. You see the chain is connected and begins to become more and more taut as it is pulled into the alleyway just to the left, disappearing away from view, pulled with such force that they are yanked from the sky and are pulled down between these buildings. As you turn, you do not see any threats at the moment. You just see scattered bits of people been thrown and hurt and injured. But whatever this is, you can hear them still kind of fighting in an alleyway just out of view. You're about 30 feet from the bend of where this alleyway would begin. So it's up to you how you guys want to proceed.
I think Ven would run up to the bend of the alleyway just to get a view of what this is.
Okay, so Ven is rushing up. Anyone else?
Then
Yeah,
I will be right
me too.
behind.
Yeah, I've got gun, pistol drawn, and trying to get everyone covered, basically.
Okay. Thorn?
Just to make sure we're not all, crowded together. I'm standing a bit back, but I'm ready to see if anything comes hurtling towards us.
Okay. I'd like you to just roll a perception check, then, Thorn, as you're keeping an eye out around.
Okay. Come on. Okay. Perception.
15. You can see where one of these guards is currently on the ground, embedded in the crater, it seems. You can see they're holding some sort of like manacles. Seems to be like radiating energy from them, but they are open at the moment. And you can see he's kind of like twitching slightly, somewhat lucid in the state of hurt that he's in. But he's kind of holding it tight in his fist, and he's just kind of like looking over in that direction, almost holding out these manacles forward.
I'll take them.
Okay.
They're mine now.
You go down towards him, and you go to grab them, and he is going to kind of resist. So I'm going to need you to roll an athletics check as you try and like yank him from his hand.
Come on, you're about to die.
You see he's kind of like blood down the side of his eye. You can't really see forward too well. And he kind of like holds you back as he's, let's see. Yeah, he does roll higher. So he kind of like holds it tight in his hand. He looks up to you. He's like, "What are you doing?"
I'm trying to help you. What is that thing?
A fucking convict. Just fucking put it on them.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna try and do. I'll try and take the things again.
I'd like you to roll either persuasion or deception. Which one are you trying?
I guess I'll do persuasion because
Okay.
I do want to take this thing down.
Oh,
Jeez Louise! Why? Why is it always Jack and I that have the worst fucking rolls?
You see
What
he's
have you
kind of
done to
like
me?
holding on to it, and he just says, "I don't even know who you are. You're not of the city." Ugh.
Oh, fuck you! And she just lets go. I'll just
He
wait
just-
till you're dead.
It'll be fucking soon. As he's
Good.
just kind of like choking on his own blood. That's you, Thorn, kind of messing around there. The rest of you turn around that bend, and you can see this chain, which is slacking around on the ground. The end of it has been embedded into this priest's chest. You can see it kind of deep in his chest. At the end of it seems to be some sort of hooked barb that kind of like is slightly curved and has pulled him in. You can see he is currently leaning against the side of the alleyway, just coughing up blood, as standing next to him, who's just pulled him in, you see this larger figure, large mane, white mane around his back. You can see his body is shredded in areas. This large leonin, a male tabaxi. You see this lean muscle on muscle. His arms bulge. You can see the fur against him is stained with blood where he's just been in a fight. Scar down one side of his eye, and you can see as he kind of like turns around and looks towards you. Fresh meat here! And you see he kind of looks towards the rest of you. What's the first thing you guys do as he turns and looks?
Good question.
Raw a sword.
Yeah. I've got one thing, but it would definitely initiate combat.
I could try something.
Shoot him.
You tell me. I'm giving you basically one action each to do something.
Oh, sweet.
Could I try suggestion first?
Sure, go for it.
Mm-hmm.
Then we'll tell him to freeze. And I'll do suggestions. So that's hello? Can I read what it is? Is it a wisdom saving throw? It probably is.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Suggestion is a wisdom saving throw.
Okay, that's going to be an 18.
Damn it, he passes.
You speak your words, your voice carries, and you see he kind of looks over in your direction, and the one side of his eye doesn't seem to like move or make any facial movements. The other one just begins to glare in your direction. Wizard! As he begins to kind of lean down slightly, and you see his back arc as he kind of like begins to become more feral in his presence. Thodane, you wanted to do something.
Yeah, it was that, but if I saw that didn't work, I'd just be taking a shot.
You're gonna fire?
Yep.
Go for it.
Okay, because it's creative, that says +4 to my attack. That's a nat 20.
Nice.
You take fucking head off, bro. You gouge out the other eye.
Oh, okay.
That's 4d6 +2 of force damage, I believe. Yeah.
Go get him.
So 12 points of force damage.
You turn a corner. Fire. Everyone, your ears are ringing as soon as Thodane fires. Thunderous blast from the actual weapon itself fires this concussive energy, and you see it just hit in his face. You see he kind of like leans back for a moment, blood continuing to trickle down.
You got another one, kitty cat.
You see he just kind of like flexes for a moment, taking the hit in the face. Who's next? Sienna, what do you want to do?
I'm just gonna step forward so I'm in between the guy and the others.
Okay.
And I'm gonna ready in action to attack him if he gets too close.
All right, excellent. And Fennel?
Is it possible to get out of sight and start to get around him?
Yeah, you can. There's different side alleys as well. There's a place behind him. It's not like a dead end.
Yeah.
So you can try and make your way around. If you want to, you can try and climb up to the top of the buildings. They're not too high, and they're quite easy to scale if you wanted to get up.
All right, let's try scaling the building just to get above and get around.
All right, with the amount of destruction that's been laid around, there's some easy areas to climb up. So you spend your action to climb up. You get on top of the building, and I'd just like you to roll a stealth check just to see how stealthy you are able to get. You can add a D4 to that because of the
God,
cloak.
the rogue actually steals for once.
You tell I can add a D4 to it.
Because of the
What do you
cloak,
mean?
yeah.
Okay, so and a D4. That's 25.
Wow, very nice.
Damn.
So you just, as fast as you can, begin to skulk up above and beginning to listen and watch from the shadows up top. Cool. Now I'd like all of you to roll initiative as you see he begins to kind of like, you see him grin for a moment, pull out the chain from the priest's chest, dripping with blood. You see the priest just fall to the ground, and he licks it. He points it towards all of you. All right, initiative time.
Woo.
I forgot that this was not active the entire time. Oh well. All right. So, initiatives. Do we have a 30 to 25? No.
No,
Okay.
we're not there yet, Max.
Not there yet. Sorry. All right. 25 to 20. Nope. Okay. He did roll a natural 19, so he is going to be going first.
Yeah.
I rolled a 19.
Oh fuck! I just
Yep.
shot him in the face.
He rolled
Fuck!
a 19.
Now you're going last,
Lots of
buddy. He's gonna
bonuses.
get you first.
Okay.
None of I have anything to say about it.
And then we
Do you have anything
have.
to say about it?
All right. So Ven is a 19.
I don't know.
20 to 15. Anyone else? We have Ven at 19.
15.
Thorn at 15. Okay. All right.
And Sienna's 14.
Thorn.
Yeah, give him a moment.
Well, I mean, you
don't
weren't saying. You didn't
understand.
say anything, so I was trying to help. I'm sorry.
15 to 10, and then we have Thodane and Fennel matching.
Yep.
At the bottom. So you guys can do your initiative simultaneously. You can do a bonus action with one person and an action the other, however you wish to do it. Or you can just say, I'll take the first lead on this one.
I'll take second.
Sure.
To be honest.
Okay, we can do that as it comes. Cool. So there we go. Thodane, you are the first to act. You fire the single shot against his head, the blood beginning to trickle down. You see he has this large chain in his hand that he begins to gather up. You're all the same. Trying to stop the unstoppable. And as he kind of recoils the chain in, he begins to spin it and he flings it outwards. And he's going to go for Thodane because you're the one that shot him in the chest, or the face rather. So this will be a dexterity saving throw from you.
Okay. Save. Oi.
You feel the chain grab into the side of your arm, and you see he kind of like smirks for a bit. You will take some damage. That's going to be 6 points of piercing damage, as your arm is now caught by this barbed end, and then you feel he pulls it tight. Come here! And he pulls you, or at least attempts to pull you. So I'm going to need you to roll a strength saving throw this time.
Oh yeah, sure, that'll go great.
He tries and pulls you in his direction.
You got it.
14.
14. That is just a failure, unfortunately. He pulls you closer to him, and you move up with the chain, and you find yourself right next to him. And he is about 8 foot tall, looking down towards you.
I'll go shoot you in the other head next, mate.
One claw comes out, tries to rake at your chest. That's going to be a 15 to hit.
That misses.
Okay, and then he goes down and tries to bite you. So that's even lower. So you're able to kind of like dodge these attacks as you're too small for him, as he's trying to like grab you. Stay still! Just trying to grab you. As that continues to happen, you see he kind of begins to look around, and he looks past all of your shoulders, like past the alleyway behind you, and you see he just begins to smile. Looking at something else, it seems. Then, it's your go. He's about 20 feet in front of you.
Okie dokie. The peaceful route didn't work. I am gonna try to hit him with a chromatic orb.
Okay, go for it.
Yep. Yep. Okay. Attack, please. 19.
19 is going to hit.
All right. And damage. That is 10 damage. I will pick. Sure, fire damage. Why not?
Okay. The ball of flame begins to impact against his body, burn away some of the fur. You see he just begins to look down at it. Looks in your direction, Ven.
Then
Snarls.
do not call me a wizard. I will also take a look at what's behind me, because he will smile behind. So
you turn around and you see perched on top of the other set of buildings behind on the right-hand side of the street, you see this large silhouette of a minotaur hunched down and looking down from above, looking at everyone. You can see their fur is rather, it's more like grass of blade, like blades of grass instead of fur. And you see he's just kind of like shifting around, turning his head slightly. His horns are more so like bark, it seems, like antlers or like tree bark. And you see he just kind of looks down in your direction, tilting their head as they just lean against the edge of this building.
Thorn, please watch out for that. And he points towards the minute. Me.
Okay.
I believe that's my.
All right. Do you stay there? Do you move closer? Where do you go?
I'm gonna move a bit away from the alleyway, still to have vision of it, just like a little, out of the hook's reach.
Sure. You move more into the center just to kind of like give
Yeah.
yourself some space. Cool. As you do that, it is now this Minotaur's turn. You see the Minotaur looks down at everyone down below, and their hand reaches into the floor, the ceiling of this building. And you see, as its hand pushes into the stone, another hand begins to rise up and reach up to where Sienna is. Sienna, you feel this tug around your foot, and you feel it yank down. I'm going to need you to roll a strength saving throw.
Is my prepared action go off only for the other creature?
The thing is, he didn't come in within range. Do you have a ranged weapon
It's just
with
sand. No, or do I? Oh, I do have a heavy crossbow.
If you want to use that
as
your prepared action, I'll allow it to go off. But you'd have to target the Leonin because you don't know this hand is coming up.
Nah, that feels like cheating. No. Then I'm not doing it. So that was a dex save, right?
A strength save.
Oh, that's worse.
Come on.
And I get to add a d4.
16.
16.
That's a success.
Yes.
You feel your foot pulled into the ground. You feel the hand like drag you in, like you're falling into quicksand for a moment, and you just pull your leg off, and you look back and you can see that Minotaur kind of hunched over and looking towards you. Their eyes are going crazy. They're going in all sorts of directions, and they're looking at you with this turn look, and then they themselves begin to fall forward and climb down this building backwards. You see they begin to climb with their hands back behind their head as they then find themselves on the same playing field as the rest of you. This Minotaur now places themselves about 10 feet away from you, Ven, as you're in the middle, and about 10 feet away from Thorn as well, as they're just kind of like there on the opposite side looking around. You see their legs are quite lanky, and they don't really have almost constantly shaking, it seems, as they just seem twitchy and nervous looking around. But Thorn, it's your turn.
Okay, so I see this plant Minotaur in front of
me. Yeah, you
right?
see him just there twitching, looking at you, looking at everyone.
Okay. I'm gonna get my dagger and my sword out, and I'm waiting. I'm gonna use that flinging dagger that was given to me.
All right.
What is it called? Yeah, the fling dagger. So yeah, I'll use that against him.
Ironic that the not fling gave you a fling dagger.
Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up.
Sorry, I got stabbed in the arm. Let me cope.
Alright. Okay. I think that's right.
Oh. Not natural.
Let's go, baby. Alright.
So, throw it in that direction.
Yep. How much? Okay, hold on. Let me look at my things. Okay. So that would be...
So it's a D4.
It is a D4, yes. Okay, so... But do I get... Oh, whatever. I'll just roll it.
So plus your dex plus
Awesome.
1.
Is it plus my dex? Okay, so
Yeah.
that would be instead...
Your dex is what, plus 4?
It's plus 4.
So that would be a 5 plus 1 because the weapon is a plus 1 weapon. So 6 points of damage.
Okay. 6 points, got it.
The dagger hits into the side of the neck. You hear it almost enter the body rather than like enter flesh or bone. You hear it just enter like wet mud. It just like sinks in. It doesn't bounce off because there's no enemy within range, so it just kind of stays there.
Okay.
You see it then kind of like cricks its head towards you. The blade's still inside.
And
Anything else?
I'll just say, yeah, that was to get your attention, and then I'll use my bonus action to use Mark of the Claw, and I will invoke the tiger.
Okay. You bend over backwards. You find your form beginning to grow in size as you yourself begin to grow pinkish fur against your arms and your entire body as this were-tiger transformation begins to take place. And you feel powerful and you feel anger towards this person as they try to hurt Sienna.
Yeah, and then I don't have any other actions, so I'm just gonna ready my next action to charge this thing.
All right.
I guess.
Cool. After your turn, we have Sienna.
Yeah, seeing that Thorn's got now uncovered, I was giving a quick, you got this, love, towards, like, around the guy towards her. Sienna's going to focus on Leonin, and she's going to engage him. Walk up to him, try to get underneath his defense, and take a swing at him. Let's see how this goes. That's a 16 to hit.
16 just hits.
Yay.
Fuck him up.
8 points of damage. And I'm going to reduce his movement by 10 feet so he can't.
Okay.
As far.
Fuck him up.
So you kind of like, as you run over to him, he reaches out and tries to slash in your direction. You slide onto the ground and slice down towards his calf. He looks down. You can see it kind of like buckles him for a second as you stand up and put your blade forward and prepare for the next strike. He's just.
Can I end up behind him?
Yeah, sure. You kind of in that move.
So that he's in. Okay, perfect.
Excellent. Cool. After your turn, we have Finn and Thodane. Finn, I believe you were going first for now.
Yep. How far away am I from the...
20 feet.
20 feet. How far down is he?
He's on the ground. He's on the plane.
But
so
I'm on the roof.
I'd say from the roof, you do have about 20 feet in like a straight line.
Yeah.
To him.
Okay. In that case, I want to make sure I'm kind of behind him. I want to jump onto him, making an attack.
All right. So you kind of skulking in the shadows, pull out your weapon and jump down, readying to strike. Excellent. Roll an attack roll advantage.
Advantage.
This would be sneak attack as well. So
yes.
Yes.
Right, so let's try this.
17 hits.
17 hits, so damage. That's that, and then sneak attack is separate.
Jesus. Oh.
Get his ass. Get his ass.
22.
Okay. You land on top of him The blade sinks into his back as he was distracted by Sienna looking down at his calf. You pin him down onto the ground. Your blade just pokes him into the floor, and your weight of your body just pins him completely. You see he begins to writhe and try and take you off, but for the moment he is prone, and you see his energy is very quickly depleting as he's kind of like struggling there. The three of you now in this space have him slightly overwhelmed. Thodane, what would you like to do?
I have one question. Am I still on the chain?
Yeah, the chain is still in your arm.
This might backfire then. I'm going to cast Distant Whispers on the Leonin.
Okay, excellent. So that's a wisdom save, right?
Yes, that's right. Got to be a 14.
Failure. That's
Okay.
a 12.
Excellent. So, one sec. That'll be... Okay, it's only 4 points of damage, but they've got to use their reaction to run away from me.
He would use his reaction if he was still conscious. You whisper this. What do you say? What's the words you say?
Fuck it then, in that case, I'm shooting the other head next, mate. Just here's that.
You see he kind of like begins to reach out towards you, and he almost grabs your foot before he... and just falls unconscious. Your spring of attack was able to just detriment him enough, and he was already quite badly hurt. You just overwhelm him.
Let's go.
All right, who's next?
The guy behind you. Turn around. You'll see him.
Ven, it's your turn.
So I see the Leonin fell unconscious.
The Leonin is unconscious, pinned down by the rest of your allies, whilst the Minotaur is still there, kind of looking wearily around.
Okay, well, that's sorted. Looks to the Minotaur. Okay, does the Minotaur look hurt at all, or is he like in...
Seems to be somewhat hurt as well. They both seem to be in some sort of like scuttle with at least maybe the authorities, who knows?
Does he look badly hurt or only like a little...
Looks to be well hurt, yeah.
Ooh, I'm tempted to cast Sleep on him, maybe.
Do it.
I'm gonna try Sleep, but on second level.
Okay, then I'd like you to roll the hit dice that you need to
Yeah,
do
let me
it.
just see. That's...
I think you get an extra 2 dice for this.
Yeah, so that would be...
Is it
7?
46 normally, or
78?
is it 78? Okay.
Yep.
That is two completely different numbers.
I don't know. We've hardly ever seen this spell used because it's normally pretty pounded.
Yeah, that's very true.
Oh, what the fuck?
Jesus.
Nice.
What happened
Oh.
there? 1 3 1.
That is almost
Oh
as bad
my
as 4 on
God.
3d6.
Oh my
That's pretty
God.
shocking. Unfortunately, that's not the HP that you needed to reach. You kind of send out your hand, and this mesmer tries to take over their mind, but you see it just kind of like has no effect, and it looks towards you with this kind of like wearied expression.
What did we say about my quicken spell, by the way? Does that mean I can use it to cast a
You can cast a
cantrip?
cantrip, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Can I try to do that then?
Sure.
Alright, Peaceful Way is really not working out for me today, and I'm gonna do a firebolt.
Okay.
The way that works is violence. Everybody knows that.
Okay.
Just go with
24.
That hits.
Jeez.
Ooh, violence works.
Oh,
Sorry.
And-
Sorry. Sorry.
One
Yeah.
fire
Sorry,
damage.
boy.
Jesus Christ.
Oh,
boy.
please do not let this be things to come, please. This is just sad.
Okay.
Right. Then you, doing that, you cast the fire, and it hits their body, and you see they kind of recoil back from it. They don't tap it out. It just seems to be burning against their against the grassy skin still, and they just kind of like look at it for a moment, and then look towards you. And that's your turn.
I'm away. Hey. A
As
little
you-
happier, guys.
You put your hands up, and you see as it's positioned kind of like straight in line of this alleyway. You see it take one large breath, and then it lets out this bellowing shriek that just impacts its way towards all of you. You hear all the windows shatter simultaneously as this echo just bounces all the way down this alleyway and hits all of you. I'm going to need everyone except for Thorn to roll a intelligence saving throw.
Ooh, that's not
Intelligence.
good.
Intelligence.
Oh.
Oh no!
Hey.
Oh no.
Ooh.
Come on,
That'll
Fennel.
be Fennel as well.
Come on, Fennel.
Come on, we need to
16.
make the cycle perfect.
No, that's just a success.
Oh, nice.
So Ven and Sienna, the two of you find yourselves deafened for the next minute. You just find your ears completely kind of swollen up. You can't really hear yourselves, but as well, you feel this shrieking pain hit your minds. So you will all take. That's going to be Ven and Sienna, the two of you take 14 points of psychic damage, whilst the others take 7 points of psychic damage as this shriek just begins to impact your head. And some of you find yourselves crumpling to the knees momentarily. It keeps bellowing out this scream in your guys' direction. And then Thorn, your go is up. In this were-tiger transformation, you begin to sniff and snarl in the direction of the Minotaur.
Yeah. After seeing, that whole alleyway just get obliterated by this shriek, I think she's just gonna charge him and try to take him by the horns and try and flip him down onto the pavement and hold him there.
Go for it. So that'll be just roll an attack roll for me, and then that'll
Okay.
determine if you're able to knock him prone.
Got it. Attack. Yes. That is. I'll just roll it. Whatever. Okay. Yes. Sorry. Things. Ooh.
3. With your first attack, you try and grab onto the side of him, but it's quite a large figure, and you've kind of grown in size. But you're trying to grab to the horns, but they're so kind of widely and just moving around that it's quite hard to grab purchase. Anything else on your turn?
Hmm.
I think you have an attack as a bonus as well.
Yeah, I do.
If you want to try and do it again, you can.
Yeah, I will. And that would be. Okay. Yep. Got it.
Okay.
18.
This time you succeed. You kind of grab onto those horns. You feel a couple of the branches snap in your hands as you, with all your force, pull backwards, and you fling him downwards onto the ground. As they just hit the ground hard, their voice cuts off now, no longer begins to shriek, as you pin them down in that hold. As you're holding them down there, you hear footsteps behind you, running over and seemingly grabbing something quickly. You hear, "Don't worry, just move out the way, I've got this now." And reaching past you, holding the hands of the Minotaur back, you see some devices placed between the wrists, and it seems like that same kind of cufflink system has been placed in the back of this Minotaur. And you hear now the voice no longer emitting at all. You see they kind of go slightly lucid and more lethargic in their movements, less restraining, less fighting back. And you see she kind of pulls her hands back, and she looks towards you for a moment, not knowing if you are foe or enemy. But you see this tiefling woman just kind of standing there in bright, brilliant armor, just looking in your direction. She gives a nod and leaves them there as she begins to run over to the rest of you who are in the alleyway. As she kind of rushes over, "Don't worry, move out the way. I have a restraint. I can put it on him." And you see the tiefling beginning to rush over and place this chain on top of the Leonin as well. Now subdued, you see as this tiefling figure begins to pull back and begin to look around at the rest of you. "Thank you very much for all of your..." Sienna, as she looks up towards you, you see Antonio.
Hi.
What are you doing here?
We're going to take an airship to Demons, so we're just passing through. We were on our way to say hi. So hi.
Hi. You see, she begins to look back at the Minotaur as well as this and some of the hurt people. Good job. Yeah, let's have a chat. You see, she begins to pick up the Leonin, and you begin to hear more guards beginning to arrive. Thorn, how is Thorn starting to feel in this wear transformation still?
I think she went into it knowing what she wanted to do, and after seeing, doing that, I think I guess she's trying to negotiate, at this point. She's like, I want to get out of this form now.
You see the image of this pink tiger behind the chains, or at least in front of them, behind. It's hard to tell the perspective, but they look towards you. Why?
Why what?
Kill him.
I think she's looking at him and she's feeling this growing, bloodlust. She's like, I want to, but I can't let you free.
And that is why you're weak. And you feel this apparition of the tiger fade away back into the shadows as you reappear in your body where you should be, the form of the were-tiger fading away, and you are yourself as you appear with everyone else. You see this tiefling individual begin to gather the two, and she begins to speak to the other stars that now arrive. You can see that she wears symbols of Moradin across her chest, bright orange colors as well to them, and she has quite an authoritative figure. All of the stars, these guards, seem to respect her and know her quite well. They kind of nod in her direction as she kind of ushers, and make sure that they don't escape again. That's the last of our problems in the city. And you see they kind of nod and begin to take him away once again, now with many more aid and hands. You see she looks over to you, Sienna. Come on, let's have a chat in the temple.
Yes, right. These are, they're coming along. These are my friends. I've met them a few days ago. And this is Thorn. We've been traveling together for a bit longer.
Hello, everyone, and Thorn. Hi. I am Paladin of Moradin. Antonia Yarrow. Pleasure to meet you. And she begins to head off, and you follow.
Right, do you have a medic that kind of got stabbed?
Yeah. Same. I am on 5 HP, guys.
We can deal with your wounds.
Yeah, Sienna's also bleeding from the nurse. Just
Meanwhile, the two rogues are untouched.
Yeah, someone really should sort these guys out. I don't know what HP is.
Don't worry, we can sort to your wounds inside. Just please follow me. And
if I bleed out before we get to the door, I'm going to haunt your ass, but fair enough.
Don't worry, you won't bleed out.
He doesn't mean that. He doesn't mean that. He's just being rude.
I do.
That is only a little
Please
flesh wound. I've seen children cry less than you are right now.
Okay, yeah, for fucking course. Your sister's a bitch.
Oh my god.
He did. Dane, please.
Okay, I would really appreciate some healing right now.
Come inside, and we'll deal with your wounds. She escorts you into the temple, and you begin to enter, and you find yourselves in the presence of a holy sanctuary. And we'll end the session there, and we'll pick up in a couple of weeks' time. I won't be available next week, so there won't be a session next week. But the following one there should be, I believe.
Wait, I have one question. With
Yes.
Ven being possessed by a shadow demon, does she look uncomfortable as she crosses the threshold?
Ven does not burst into a ball of flames. Nothing happens. They are fine.
Okay, narrows it down, but
Yeah,
Fodaine
is that
doesn't
what
know
you're
that.
looking for?
I mean, yeah.
Jesus.
All right, so we'll end the session there. Very good. Thank you all for watching, and hopefully we'll pick you up next time. See you then.
Thank you for watching.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.
That was
Bye.
amazing.
Brave, please press
This is awkward. This is awkward. Oh no. Nice.
We already waved.
Hey, don't forget to subscribe, like social media, follow, Instagram, all of the plugs.
For every subscriber, Frey will get 1% faster at signing up.
Honestly, I've pressed the outro button. I can't tell you what's going on with it anymore.
Well, Max, sorry, we have to continue the session. OBS
Oh,
decided.
great.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay, cool. In that case, I'm going postal in the church. Let's go.
I mean, considering Max won't be here next week, I won't be here in 2 weeks. I want to be here for the conversation with my sister.
God damn it! This is the first time we've all been together since session 0.5.
Is it really?
Like,
Yeah.
yes.
Yes. 5 minutes.